Good evening and welcome to Madness and Mercy.
Hola!
Tonight is a very exciting night, a very special night, a very sad night though, because tonight
It hasn't started yet, Kay.
Is the finale of Madness and Mercy. I know where the story's going, and I know that there's not really enough story to sustain more episodes than what we've got ahead of us this evening.
Well,
However,
that's because you don't know what I
am confident that it's going to be one hell of a time. So we've got that going for us.
Vinny's been the mastermind all along.
He's
going to turn this thing around.
Tyler, and he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for us meddling kids.
So now I suppose feels like as good a time as any to let you know that while tonight is the last night of the story, it is not the last night of the Madness and Mercy stream. I'm going to put relevant stuff in our Discord and on Twitter as well. But next week we're going to hold over this time for one more night to do sort of a little just chatting kind of Q&A Madness and Mercy with the Goons.
Cry together.
So there will be, and I'll tell you guys later, I'll set it up. There will be a way to send us questions via Discord if you're a member of our Patreon. There will be a way to send us questions via Twitter if you're not. And if, barring both of those, if you just show up next week and throw questions into the chat, we probably won't be able to get to all of those, but there's a good chance we'll be able to get to some of them. So yeah, come hang out with us next week and just, we'll hang on to we'll hang on to this dream just a little longer. Let's see what else. Let's see. So we are sponsored by Modern Artifice, folks. Modern Artifice. They send us really cool dice, and we play our games with them, and they make nice jingle jangly sounds because they are hollow metal dice, and they're really cool. So check out their Etsy shop, etsy.com/shop/Modern Artifice. If you like the look of them dice and get yourself a pair, you can use the code Goon10 at checkout to get yourself 10% off. Speaking of Etsy shops, we have our own as well. Etsy.com/shop/criticalfailedm, where you can get cool t-shirts and cool stickers, especially the one that Campbell is showing you, which is my personal favorite for no reason whatsoever.
Time out and just say how much Campbell has crushed this merch game. Like that Madness and Mercy sticker is incredible.
It's incredible. It's true. Yeah, well, yeah. So she definitely has done a fantastic job, as has Ned. Ned was sort of the Etsy expert going into this. So big props.
The expert.
It's hard to say. I was very proud of myself for getting it out without tripping over my tongue.
It's all for you, Gaggle. It's all for you.
And then let's see. The last plug I have for the evening is a reminder that the day after tomorrow we have another season finale. At least I do. The season finale of Country Roads, a stream with the ladies of D&D, where we play Bloodlines and Black Magic, and I just have No Doubt stuck in my head all night. And watch Olympic gold medal matches in field hockey for character research. It's a lot of fun. So I have a question for the Goons. Given that we are revealing this adventure, this investigation to be somewhat celestial in nature, and since I myself had my 4th annual 29th birthday this past weekend, I would like to ask you all, what's your sign? And follow-up question, do you feel that it accurately represents your personality?
I'm an Aquarius, and when I tell people that, they tend to be like, oh yeah, I get it. And other people that are Aquarii, other close friends who are Aquarii identify with the part of Aquarius that buries your emotions way, way deep down.
Okay.
And that's the one that I don't think that I have in common with other Aquarii.
Okay.
Except that
there's
maybe
too many
I do.
bees.
There's a lot of bees. Well, actually, maybe I do, except thanks to TTRPGs, I'm starting to unlock them all.
Tabletop therapy.
Tabletop therapy.
It is very powerful for that. I can certainly say that I've discovered a great deal about myself through my characters. Who else? Let's see. Dan, what's your sign?
Yeah, so I'm the Virgin.
Oh.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm Virgo. I'm Virgo, and I think my rising is Aries, and I think both of them are, or is it my moon? Something's in Aries, and I think both are very appropriate because I have high attention to detail, and I also have a lot of energy, and so it's like so much attention that it starts getting a little chaotic. But then I like crafting things well.
Yes.
I like that. We're gonna take it over to Tyler, but before we do, I wanna just, I'm feeling the need for some background music, so I'm just gonna put on a little 20s jams for us
Yeah.
while we chat about this. Tyler, what is okay. Tyler, what is your sign?
I am also a Virgo.
Ooh, hey, bitch.
Wow.
But I don't really know
What's
much
wow?
about it, so
I missed
you
something.
can tell me if I am
Oh,
actually
wait
a
a
Virgo
second.
or not.
Sorry, Tyler, I can't hear you. Oh, everyone else can hear you. That's why everyone went, wow. Okay, hold on 1 second. That's my bad. Okay, say everything you just said again. I'm going to sound like such a doofus on the recording of this. It's like, what'd you say?
So, I am also a Virgo.
Okay.
Everyone missed the wow this time. Come on, guys.
I got it.
Dan, you were the only
Virgo.
one.
It's because we're Virgos. We're vibing, dog.
Yeah.
We're vibing.
And I don't know much about it, so you all can tell me if I am actually a Virgo or not.
I don't either, to be totally honest.
Definitely,
Maybe someone here does.
100%.
I mean, you
Yeah.
are pretty particular, Tyler.
Is that a thing with Virgos?
I'm particular, but only about particular things.
That's
so you're
right.
double
That's
particular.
That's true. That is the thing I know about you, Tyler, is that you're definitely not like a generally persnickety person, but there definitely are like one or two things that you're like, I know how I like it and I want it to be that way.
Yeah, I've weird. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
I won't yuck your yum. I'm not going to call it weird.
Wait,
but
how
you
close,
do have your
Tyler?
things.
How close are our birthdays? Is it
I'm
like
the
a week?
30th. You're the 29th, right?
That's
Oh,
right. Yeah,
wow.
we're both Virgo Leo cusp.
Yeah.
Yee.
Maybe that's why I want to roar like a lion.
Okay, Katy
Perhaps you
Perry.
have that lion in you. All right, let's take it over
Okay,
to
Katy
Trevor.
Perry.
Trevor, actually, I know what yours is because we briefly mentioned it last week. But go ahead and tell the gaggle.
Anything about this stuff. I'm a Taurus. People have told me that means I'm supposed to be stubborn and good with money, and I am neither of those things. So, I don't think so.
Okay. So stubborn. What was the second one?
Good with money. I don't know.
Oh, good with money.
Neither of those things am I.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak to how good you are with money, but I definitely wouldn't call you stubborn. So maybe not. Maybe you're one of those people that like, the thing that's in your rising, descending house of
Atreides.
House of Atreides.
Yeah.
All that kind
The
of stuff.
rising, ascending house of Atreides.
Much rather be
Nice Dune reference there, Dan.
Canadian Web Tips says that you do give Taurus energy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
congratulations.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'm asking Canadian what Taurus energy is like. Let's see if we get a description.
Yeah. The one more thing I'll say. Oh, I'll tell him again when he's back. Taurus just left the building. Oh, but he's back. Okay. Trevor, the one more thing I will say about Taurus, the reason I brought it up last week is that Taurus, the constellation, contains the Pleiades star cluster.
Ooh.
Which we are after.
Well,
according
with
to my
friends
notes.
like these, who needs Pleiades?
Right?
Nailed it.
Wow.
I nailed it.
Cut the mic. Cut the mic.
Nope,
I'm
I
proud
nailed
of
it.
you.
I nailed it.
I'm proud of you for that one.
Kazi says that she's a Gatorade rising.
Oh, excellent. What
You know,
flavor?
that's very similar
what
to the
flavor, though?
lactose sign.
No.
Ned, no. What is your sign, my friend? And do you think it represents your personality?
Yeah.
Well or poorly?
Yeah. I am a Libra. I am.
Did you just make that up?
I am the air signs. I am the balance. I am extroverted.
Yes.
I'm cozy. I'm friendly.
You're about justice.
Yes.
That's a
And-
very Libra thing.
But
Fairness and justice.
But I am opposite in the fact that like I'm not organized whatsoever. I am a train wreck when it comes to organization, and I'm not indecisive. I'm very decisive. So I think I have a couple of I think I read somewhere that my rising was Gemini at some point. I don't know. So I don't know what that means. Sounds like maybe I need to ask Queen Moon after the stream.
Perhaps, yeah. And you have a little conversation with one of the many members of the gaggle who are extremely well versed in astrology. They clearly studied astrology at Mayfield University in 1927. Hanging out on the quad, making puns about cancer and throwing baseballs back and forth.
That's not a funny subject.
Tossing a frizz.
What's not funny about a giant crab, Dan?
Oh,
Well, for my part, I am a Pisces. I think, strictly speaking, I'm a Pisces Aries cusp because Aries starts on March 21st and I'm the 20th. Which I am not very good with astrology either, so I'm not positive what that means. I remember it being like that we're sort of reserved and very like emotional and in our feelings, but also we kind of go with the flow a lot. We're very easygoing, I think, which that kind of all makes sense to me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but then I took one of those little, like, I put in my city of birth and the time and date when I was born, and it gave me like the rising, descending, moon, Virgo, all that stuff. And Pisces was not really in any of them. So I don't know. Maybe I just think maybe I'm getting like some weird combination of other things in a way that makes me Pisces-esque. Or I don't know, maybe I'm not Pisces-esque at all, and I just think I am because the newspaper tells me so. Who knows?
Canadian
Pisces
Mudkips points
plus?
out that there are no fire signs in our party.
Yeah.
Interesting.
then how come we're all so fire?
Then how come we keep burning everything in Mayfield to the ground?
How come we're all so hot?
Speaking
Alright,
of
folks.
burning this place to the ground,
Let's burn this place to the ground.
let's burn this place to the ground, shall we? Oh.
So I almost forgot. I should mention before we get too deep into it, we are playing Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu is a horror role-playing game based in the Cthulhu mythos, drawing lots of inspiration from H.P. Lovecraft and the godfather of American horror. So there are some adult themes that are part of this story that may or may not rear their ugly heads tonight, given that it is an improvisational show. I can't really say for certain. So if you are someone who is sensitive to some triggering topics or events and feel the need to take a break for a little bit, please feel free to do so. Your mental health is very important to us. More important than you being timely. And if you want to catch up later, like I said before, tomorrow night the audio of this will go up on our patron-only RSS feed, and then in about 5 days the video will go up on YouTube. So no fear, be here. And then the last question I have for you all before we get started is that I'd like all of my investigators to remind me what their current sanity scores are.
Oh, I don't
Which is
want
something
to.
that
Ned, scooch that mic of yours over just a little bit. There we go.
Thank you. And that is
How about now? Is that good?
I need to go get my investigator's handbook.
Oh God.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Let's start with you, Campbell.
Brad.
How many sanity points do you have at current?
54.
54. How about Dicky Harrow?
45.
45.
Oh my God.
54 reversed. How about Hugsley Lacka?
I played the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. No, I have 52.
Oh Jesus!
And I
I
feel
thought
like
you were
this
about to
is a
say that you
trap.
have 5.
We right up there, sweetie. 54,
Buddy, how many
52.
sanity points are
Gonna
you
be
sitting
fine.
Buddy is sitting at a sweet 60 right now.
All right.
60
All right.
sanity. And last but not least, Benny, how many sanity points do you have at current?
Good old 43.
Really?
I
We're
think
all
I only
hovering around the
started out
same.
with like 48.
Oh wow.
Well, if this game is a race to insanity, Benny, you're winning.
Oh God.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Good thing I'm so dumb. You can't make me go insane. I'll never know what's going on.
I'm gonna try. Gosh darn it. By gum, I'm gonna try.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
and for all of you, if anyone forgot, Benny Kaplan, very ugly guy.
Not great
Where's
Where's
looking.
the proof?
I object, sir.
I
Where's the
object.
proof?
I object.
It's coming. It's
See.
coming. Just wait till we see some Benny Kaplan art. I want the crooked nose, the heavy.
Everyone's just gonna draw him as
tissue.
handsome
Uh-huh.
Squidward. Everyone's
Yeah.
just gonna draw handsome Squidward.
Tyler, you know full well that when we get Benny fan art, he's just gonna be like the most gorgeous, like riding a horse, shirtless,
Channing
just
Tatum.
like
The Old Spice
chiseled
horse.
torso, That you
maybe like
maybe
some
with a
Fabio hair.
maybe with like a slight crook in his nose that just makes him more interesting. My word, I just want to know more about this man.
Like Owen Wilson. Get like a little,
All right.
little Owen
All
Wilson
right.
Yeah,
kind of
maybe a
nose
little
break.
Owen Wilson vibe. Wow.
As Kazi would say, he is very gorgeous to me.
Yes,
Very
Kazi.
gorgeous to me.
Kazi with one of my favorite TikToks of all time.
I have like an alternate ending to this campaign where like Benny gets injured and has to get all this like facial reconstruction done, and they accidentally make him beautiful.
Oh, he's
He
gonna have a
he has all these
crisis.
bandages on his face,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he unwraps them and looks in the mirror. Ah!
Yeah, no, I'm just like his wife is in the hospital room with a doctor, and the doctor's like, no, Mrs. Kaplan, we did the best we could, but I have to warn you, he doesn't look very much like he did when he came in before his accident. And then he unwraps that, like, and Barbara's like, oh no, what's it gonna look like? And it's just gorgeous.
I'm sorry, Miss Kaplan.
Sorry, Mrs. Kaplan.
He's beautiful.
Your husband is fine.
Has anyone else seen that Twilight Zone episode? Eye of the Beholder?
No, I don't think I have. What's
It's
that? I love
exactly
Twilight
this
Zone.
scenario. Everyone else has a pig face, and then they're like, we're doing everything we can, and they unwrap the guy's face, and he's just like a model. And he's like, well, you're going to go have to live with all the other ugly people. And then like a bunch of models like take him. They're like, yeah, come with us. It'll be okay. Like, you'll get used to it. I know we're hideous, but it'll be fine.
All right, you're going to have to move to Love Island. Sorry.
There we go.
Yes.
You're going to have to
I
hang out
can
with
hang out
Kay's
with your
cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all coming
What an
back
origin
around.
story for Love Island. Wow.
Right?
Yo, we
right.
should
We even-
totally have a Call of Cthulhu campaign that takes place on Love Island.
That's
Oh my god.
awesome. That's awesome.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down, write that down.
Copyright it. Get the copyright ready.
Oh my god, is that a tentacle or something?
Oh, you're in it.
He's always putting his tentacles on my bed. Don't think I don't know it's not you.
They're coming out the water.
I don't know. I kind of like it when she gets a little crazy.
Oh my god. That was too much, too fast. Y'all were too
I'm imagining just
Do
like
you
What a
know
girl.
there's colours we can't see? You think they're hot?
there's my face is in like the talking head testimonial. Like, mate, she walked in and I had an immediate bout of madness. I want to watch this show.
Is someone writing this down?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is our next goal. Our next
awesome.
Patreon
That's
goal.
Yeah, there you go.
awesome.
Next
All right.
Patreon goal. Kay will write a Love Island based Call of Cthulhu
Oh,
adventure.
God. This
Actually,
is how we
though,
make
All right,
our
mate.
nut.
actually though,
All right,
like,
mate. I'm about to
all of y'all
roll for
watching.
some luck.
y'all are witnessing like the birth of my next Call of Cthulhu module. Like, I love this idea.
Yes, I
I'm
love
totally
this
into it.
idea.
Yes.
And we all have to play it like in our bathing suits by a pool.
Yep.
I love this plan so much.
So when we stream it on Twitch, will we stream it under the tabletop RPGs category, or will we stream it under pools, hot tubs, and beaches?
Porcano
think
Las
it's
Dos.
both.
Volcano Las Dos. I was going to
I
say
don't
the
think I
same thing.
can. I don't think that's an option
I
on
know.
Twitch.
That-
I'll
Well,
figure
we're gonna
something
have to
out.
make a second account and then put it up on both.
We'll have to
There you
stream
go.
it from 2 platforms.
Yeah.
If Twitch would give the capability to anyone, it would be us, so that we can deliver
Uh-huh.
that idea.
We'll
Yeah.
put the cameras next to each other so that if you watch them both at the same time, you can get it in 3D.
There we
Wow.
go.
We're going next level now.
Wow.
It's like
Mhm.
stereo vision.
I can see in stereo.
Good lord.
All
All right,
right.
y'all.
All
Let's
right, Trevor
let's-
is about to, yeah.
I beat him to it. I beat him
Trevor's
to it
about
this
to have a
time.
conniption.
I didn't have to put that heavy burden on his shoulders. Let's take our little moment, y'all. Well, first of all, we didn't get to do this before the stream because I was wrestling with my computer. But let's take a moment
Who
to
won?
cheers.
Mm.
Love you, Goons.
Yes,
Love you,
I was
Gaggle.
wrestling.
Wow.
Here's to
Cheers
madness and
to
mercy.
madness and mercy. I hope we
Cheers.
don't die.
Yeah.
Cheers, friends.
You know, this
Thanks
is
for
ending.
being here, everyone.
We finally say the words in order, and it's ending now.
Yep.
I'm
what
pretty
happens.
sure I've been saying it correctly since like at least episode 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got it. We got it.
Which is not great, but better than like today. All right.
Could be
Let's
worse.
oh my god, Lovecraft Island. Who said
Somebody
that?
said Lovecraft Island.
Oh,
Okay.
We're ready.
Okay.
all
We're
right.
ready.
Putting it in the old storage unit.
In the think tank.
Let's take our moment, Goons.
Yes.
Let's take a nice deep breath in, breathe in all that 2022 air, and just strip away 100 or so years from it inside your lungs, and take a moment to remember that you are among friends who love you and support you, and that you are very safe. And then once you feel secure in that knowledge, just extract it from your brain, put it into a neat little box, and put that box just somewhere just out of reach so that you can, lunge forward if the moment arises. But should you be, or if you're enjoying yourself in the madness, you won't necessarily have to. So who wants to talk about last time? Who wants to tell us what their investigator experienced in Professor Hart's mansion?
What didn't happen last time?
A lot happened. I'm kind of tempted to ask Trevor to start us off, because he kind of started us off last week.
Yeah.
He sure did.
I
With a
killed a
bang.
man. And I didn't mean to, but it definitely happened. So
It did happen.
regardless of whether or not we survive this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to jail. But
We'll just burn the house down. It'll be fine.
No,
listen, we
no.
can't just burn all our problems to the ground, Tyler.
Why the hell not, Trev?
Just this last one problem, okay?
One
And
more
then no
problem.
more burning. I
Just one more
promise.
problem.
So we made our way into Professor Hart's manor.
You do
after,
have a stick of dynamite on you.
Yeah, that's true.
And a steak.
Most of us rushed upstairs while Hugsley kind of hung behind to investigate a little bit more of the downstairs, finding a secret passageway. The upstairs crew, we came upon the father. We went upstairs. We found the room with the telescope and the father,
And my husband.
and your husband. And a little bit of a battle ensued. We destroyed the telescope and Sweetie's husband.
Oh no, our Howard, it's dead.
Not great. No, that wasn't great. But we sort of
That was the strangest apology I've ever heard.
You know what, Daniel? I don't think it was an apology at all.
Yeah, that's it. You guys got a real funny idea about how to say I'm sorry to someone.
But yeah, we destroyed the telescope. I'm sorry, Kay, if you were hoping any of us were going to look through it. I'm sure you had something amazing prepared, but I figured it was better smashed on the floor. And then we headed back downstairs, down the secret passageway. Hugsley was doing backflips to dodge all those sanity checks. And in the basement, we discovered the Professor Hart himself, as well as a mysterious figure from Hugsley's past.
Not to mention
weird sounds.
well, first of all, no need to apologize. I try to plan for as many eventualities as I possibly can, knowing that most of them won't happen. And I fully expected you guys would break the telescope. So I didn't really expect that you would look through it. I did have something in mind for what would happen if you did.
Okay.
But it wasn't something I felt I needed to put a lot of effort into.
Just save it for Lovecraft Island.
Okay. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll save it for Lovecraft Island.
Hey, was that how Hugsley got his little abilities if he looked through that telescope?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Will you
don't
tell
wanna
me
kill-
later?
I don't want to kill. I want to keep the hope alive. I don't want to dash your dreams.
We can ask
Okay.
all our questions next week.
Also,
That's right.
Travis, you forgot something.
What's that?
We also got introduced to some Dicky lore. How Dicky lost half his face.
Yeah. Yeah, and about a madness. And
Yeah.
about a madness we were taken
Woof.
back to that night.
Mhm.
And that was an incredible moment when Dicky had his bout of madness and everyone kind of banded together to
Mhm.
keep me sane.
Where are you, Dicky? Dicky Harrow, say where you are, boy.
Yeah, I cried. It was and a good time was
Yep.
had by all.
Yeah, I think
And there was much rejoicing.
I think it's I haven't thought about this yet, but I feel like there must be for Lovecraft Island. I'll think of some sort of like mechanical benefit that you all can gain by making the keeper cry, because yeah, I think you will have earned something when that inevitably happens on Lovecraft Island.
Oh my god,
man.
I'm so excited that that's
I
actually
love. I mean, it's gotta happen now.
as one door closes, another one opens.
Another.
I know, right?
Ah,
I'm gonna live my best thought life.
uh-huh.
Oh,
as you should. As we
and
should. Yes.
there's more people down here mining for gold.
Mhm,
Oh yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
mhm.
Whole bunch of them.
With funky eyes.
Yes, with funky eyes and strong backs, moving 16 tons.
That was hilarious.
Sounds like this person I used to date.
Yeah, with
Sweat glistening on their foreheads off the light of the torches lighting the path.
Save it for Lovecraft
Save
Island.
it for Lovecraft.
cut the mic.
All right, let's go.
Investigators, you
Can't
stand.
do this.
Yeah.
You stand. Oh, well, here. Wait. Let me see if I can help.
Oh
Can't
no.
do the show. We can't do the show.
We can't do this.
Oh fuck.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
I feel nauseous.
I'm gonna start drinking.
Oh god.
This is like every horror movie I've ever seen or bad dream.
Look with your special eyes.
Investigators, you stand at the entry to a almost perfectly spherical room deep beneath the ground underneath Professor Hart's house. This room has about, let's say, like a 30-foot radius, and that radius sort of carves out a flawless hemisphere, a flat ground, and just this beautiful hewn dome, hewn out of the earth. At the center of that radius is a strange-looking rock, probably about not perfectly round by any means, but probably roughly about 5 to 10 feet in diameter. And standing just before that rock is an older gentleman who you can only assume must be Professor Hart, and a younger gentleman whom one of you knows without a doubt, actually maybe two of you, is Grey Boyd. Dicky has just recovered from an intense World War I flashback that nearly took him completely out of his senses, or did for a very brief moment, until Hugsley, with his very astute mind for psychology and psychoanalysis, was able to bring him back. So here you stand, these two men staring warily at you. What would you like to do?
Hugsley steps forward and he goes, Gray?
Whoa. You know that guy?
Gray Boyd.
I think he knows him, Dicky.
And he looks back at you, Hugsley. Hello, Hugsley.
What are you doing here?
That's a very interesting question.
Where have you been? Why didn't you say goodbye?
Well, Hugsley, I've become aware of some things that I have to ask you to forgive me. It just took the focus of my attention for quite some time. Couldn't really think about anything else.
Well, you're all right, so that's good, I suppose. Hugsley's gonna do a spot
right.
hidden. He wants to look at Gray's eyes.
Okay.
Could you turn that down just a little bit, okay?
I can use it.
All right, I got a 4, and I'm eyeing this boy from head to toe.
Wow.
Head to
Okay.
toe, okay? Tell me everything.
Head to toe. He looks much like you remember him. There's nothing strange about his eyes.
Oh boy.
You do notice when you sort of zero in on his hair looks a little bit more straw-like perhaps than you remember, almost as if he's been dyeing it to change its color with some frequency.
And do I notice anything else in the vicinity with a 4?
Anything else like in the room?
Just like the situation I'm taking in.
Yeah.
With a critical success.
Yes. I think yeah, we can roll over that 4, and this your eye is sort of drawn to this rock that they're standing in front of. It has a very smooth surface, and there's not much light in this room, but what little there is reflects, like glints off of the surface of this rock. And one thing that's a bit unusual about it is that you can kind of tell that the top of it seems uncannily flat, like unnaturally flat.
Okay. Hugsley says, he looks at him and he goes, I've been changing up appearances too. And like his eyes drift up to his hair. And he goes, but I don't think I was as committed as you. See, last couple of years I've been all over Mayfield, all over New York, looking for you, hanging around the hospitals, looking at John Doe's. And it seems like you've been trying to hide. Well, I found you.
Indeed you did. I am sorry for withdrawing. But you have to understand, Hugsley. When you see what I've seen, it's hard to look back.
Hugsley takes off his glasses and he goes, what you seen? I've seen what people look like who've seen. From the looks of you, doesn't look like you've seen much.
Sounds to me like you've seen people who maybe didn't like what they had to see.
Hugsley turns to Sweetie and he goes, you think he has some, and he whispers, you think he has some kind of knack?
You mean you think you got one of the gifts?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. I think you did.
And Hugsley looks to group. Well, friends.
All right.
Sassafras.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
Easy there, Tiger. Easy.
All right, you two. Look, it's been a long couple of days, and I think we're due some answers. Hugsley here, most of all. What have you been doing to folks in this town, and why?
So, the professor standing next to him pipes up. Well, the man you assumed to be the professor, but indeed, he does say, if I may, my name is Professor William Hart. I've known Gray for several years now. I've always known his intelligence to be astounding. He's a very, very smart lad, always was. But working as a clerk in a hardware store, perhaps you all found it as confusing as I did. Such a waste of his intelligence. So I allowed him to audit some classes at the university, and I dare say by now he has perhaps a doctorate equivalent education between the classes he's taken and his uncanny knack for physics and astronomy.
I'm sorry, for what now?
For physics, the study of the physical sciences, as well as astronomy, the
All right.
movement of the stars.
Well, yeah, I
So
knew that. I was
then
just-
who has their fucking PhD in fucking making people's eyes go crazy? All right, look, I'm not putting up with any of this shit anymore. All right, we got you cornered down here at the bottom of a fucking mine. So stop making with the answers so we can turn our friends back to normal, or things gonna get a little more dangerous here.
All right. Well, I see that you're upset, and I will.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
fucking
ask-
understatement.
I'll ask
Professor.
you. I'll ask you, please, to take control of yourselves. Remember, we are in a very old, potentially sometimes unstable mineshaft, and you are carrying firearms. I'm not sure
And a
what would
couple
happen
other
if any of
things,
those-
Professor Hart.
I'm not sure what would happen if any of those were to go off. It could be very dangerous.
Sweetie starts looking around at the walls, real concerned.
And you do notice, sweetie, if you look back towards the tunnel where you came in, you do see that it's you perhaps noticed before, but it's just now having some significance to you, that there are like wooden buttresses supporting the tunnel. In here, just earth, and you
Oh,
suspect
boy.
that the only thing that's holding it up is its shape. Which, you know, anyone who's somewhat educated in geometry would know that a dome is a very strong shape. But that's all.
Oh boy.
All right, Professor Hart. Now, what's going on with this object we have in the center of this room? That is not an organic shape.
Perhaps it would be better if you heard it from Gray. So Gray pipes up, says, "Hugsley, you have to see this. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. At this point, I'm fairly certain that it must be some kind of meteorite. I think it came from the stars themselves. But if you were to come up here and touch it, you would notice that it has a texture much like glass. And after studying it for quite some time, we did find that it has a chemical composition almost identical to glass. So it was my idea to refine it and see if we could melt it down. And I'm honestly not sure what gave me the idea, but
Oh no.
we made a lens. In fact, we made a couple of lenses, each one more precise and more sublime than the last.
These lenses, I forget the number, but Hugsley wrote it down, the diameter of that shape that he saw from the sketching.
Mhm.
What was the
So from the sketchings you saw up in the attic,
mhm.
so you saw two. There was one that looked to be about 3 inches in diameter. And then there was one that was like several feet in diameter. And that one was the one that looked like they were designing it to fit into the telescope at the observatory at Mayfield University.
So Hugsley goes, so this refinement process, did you make a lens about 3 inches in diameter?
Several, yes.
Oh, fucking
Were you
hell.
in my apartment, Gray?
Well, you have to realize it did used to be mine.
Wait a minute.
So that's yes.
If you want to be precise about it, then yes, I was. There was one that I had left there.
Wait, Dicky. They're not seeing something up in space. It's the glass.
Well, they're using the glass to look at something up in space, but I don't know.
Not Hugsley. Gray again. Like hears you say that because that's exactly right. That is exactly right. When you look through a telescope with one of these lenses, pointed, aimed with the right ascension of 3 hours, 47 minutes, and 24 seconds, and a declination of 24 degrees and 7 seconds, you will see what some people could only describe as God. Sitting among the seven sisters, sometimes called the Pleiades.
You know,
Now, I can't say for certain whether I know that it's God, but what I do know is that when I looked through that telescope, the secrets of the universe revealed themselves to me. I saw all of time laid out before me like a film strip, with branches that extended out in every fathomable direction, like veins from a heart.
How much death did you see? Because this thing obviously doesn't just give gifts. It also takes something.
I saw more.
You want to be
death
part of
than
all that, Gray?
It's bigger than me. I saw more death than you could possibly imagine. I saw my own death. I saw yours. I saw the death of every human that exists or has ever existed or ever will.
What was the gift that it gave you? Did it give you some kind of special thing?
It did. To me, it gave an even deeper understanding of the depths of the universe.
Hugsley's right. You can't just get all that for nothing. What is it taken, and from who?
So at this point, Professor Hart sort of chimes back in. Says, now, look, people with some potential, it is realized. Perhaps you know Raymond Lowry. He has been creating music, hauntingly beautiful, incomprehensibly beautiful. Mr. Pearson, the owner of the theater, he's on track to revolutionize communication. And Gray here, he indicates to Gray, is perhaps now the keenest scientific mind in the world. And then he turns back at all of you and says, now, or at least especially turns to Hugsley, says, now, Hugsley, from what Gray has told me about you, I think were you to receive a gift, which you almost certainly would, by my reckoning, you would unlock the secrets of the human psyche. You could cure illness. You could end crime. You could save the world.
Now, Gray, you know me, Gray. You've seen my death, then I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to say to this. I'm not one for shortcuts. I know better than to take unearned wisdom, unearned knowledge. All right? What I do for the world, whatever I end up doing, it's going to be something that I've earned, that I've rolled up my sleeves and did the work for. I'm not doing any kind of dark trade.
Hugsley's right.
So now you're going to tell us, there's 5 of us here, there's one of you, an old man, and a rock. You're going to tell us where you put the rest of those lenses, and we're going to stop this nonsense. And he looks around at his investigators and he goes, because I don't think anyone is looking through any glass at any sisters in the sky.
You lot are just, you have no idea. I'm fucking sad for you. You have no idea what you're fucking playing with. You're a bunch of toddlers playing with firecrackers. You could just as easily light up a room as burn down a forest. You have no idea all that book learning, all that intelligence, all that smarts, without any wisdom to temper it, all you got left is hubris.
Is anybody holding on to Father Fitzgerald?
Buddy has.
Yeah, someone is.
Yes,
Someone
okay.
is for sure.
Buddy
Yes,
has.
I am.
Whoever is
Sure.
the second that you came into this room, from the moment you came into this room, you all feel him like just gently tugging at your grasp, as if he's being drawn to this stone.
Do we feel that at all?
Not necessarily, but you all do hear whispering echoing through the room. Very similar to what you heard before, but now that there's just nothing obstructing, aside from, Hart and Gray, nothing between you and this meteorite, you hear it more acutely, more loudly. Even if you still have some of that cloth in your ears, it starts to echo and build on top of itself. Just,
Dicky,
echoing all through this room.
there's something ain't right here.
Yeah.
So much
I
so.
say we get
That.
out of here and we blow this place to high hell.
So much so that I need you to roll another sanity check.
Fuck.
All of y'all?
Fuck.
Kay,
Yes.
after this sanity check, can Hugsley go through his learning and think of the chemical composition of glass and what would be required to destabilize it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, yes, we can get to that. First, everybody give me your sanity checks.
Are we
Or
trying
actually,
to
more importantly, did anyone fail?
Under your sanity.
I got a 43 under 45.
I got a
Okay.
26 under 54.
11 under 60.
Okay.
25 under 43.
Okay.
I got a 46 over 45.
Fuck me.
Dicky, would you roll a d6 for me?
Fuck.
And as this is happening, Buddy is just standing there going, Dicky.
Okay.
Dicky.
It's only four.
Only 4. Okay.
All right. I've heard it. I've heard enough. We're shutting this operation down. All right. We're getting out of here. You two can either come quietly or we can make you come.
And at that, Benny will start walking towards them.
I haven't heard enough. What in the hell? Where did this come from? Well, how did you even know it was here? What the fuck is going on? What are we gonna do about everybody who looked at the stars and didn't see shit?
We can figure that out once we get them out of here. We're not safe down here.
I will answer Sweetie's question in a moment, but first I want to answer Dan's. To my knowledge, the only way to well, that's an interesting question. I know that glass can be smelted, but that doesn't necessarily destroy it. This is like, if you melt it down, it can be reformed.
Well, we bring a
Someone-
fucking tunnel
someone
down on
can,
it. I bet that'll break it.
Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, there's no way to chemically break down the borosilicate compounds that make glass.
The only thing I can think of, Hugsley, is crushing it to a fine powder and then spreading it as far as you can see.
So, what did Sweetie, what was the meat of your question?
It was mostly how did they even know this was here? Like
Yes. Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? What are we supposed to do about everybody who's got busted eyes?
Yes. So, Professor Hart chimes up again. And says, "Young lady, you have to understand. My family has owned this land for generations. We've known about this mine for quite some time. In fact, it took a considerable investment from, I believe, my great-great-great-grandfather to do the initial excavation. And for a time, it proved quite fruitful. But then they discovered this chamber. And some of those miners, who perhaps didn't have the most, sounds almost cruel to say so, but didn't have the most potential within them,
Potential.
refused to continue working in the mine. The operation was shut down. My family became destitute. Until the keen mind of Grey Boyd here figured out a way to utilize this strange relic.
All right. Let's get him out of here. We're shutting this operation down. You two, stop walking. We're gonna bring this tunnel down behind us. Come on. And I level my rifle and try and get them to start walking up out
We're
of
not
it.
leveling this tunnel. That just means this thing will get discovered some other time. We're gonna have to find a way to get rid of this thing for good. Whether it's finding its stress point and shattering the whole thing, or whether it's finding some way to dissolve it.
Okay, that's fine. But I will feel much better about finding a way to destroy it if we can get these two and all of us out of here. Because that
Well, let's
whispering is
go.
not stopping. All right, you two, stop moving.
They just stare at you.
Benny
And as-
will-
Are
And
you
as
deaf? He said start moving, and Buddy will pull back the hammer on his
What was
38.
Benny saying?
Well, I was gonna walk over there and help him move, but what you got for us, Kay?
Father Fitzgerald is beginning to struggle a bit more. He seems like he's getting a little agitated. He's really trying to break the grasp of whoever's holding him. And
Hey,
let's
stop
just,
moving
and
so
that's-
much, would you?
So we can. So Buddy's the one who's holding him.
Yeah.
Buddy, give me a strength check.
That's a 29 under 80.
So that's probably a success. But
He's just got that old muscle. He's got this grip on the back of his neck, on Father Fitzgerald's neck. He's got him just in front of him with the 38 kind of going between.
So Father Fitzgerald does try to he tries to lunge forward a little bit, and perhaps you need to move your hand a bit to get it in front of him or something, and you're able to keep him back, but he is starting to struggle.
Buddy will take the butt of his gun and hit him in the back of the neck. He'll do like a hey, cut it out, and give him a clock.
Give me a fight brawl check.
Sure. That is a 20 under 75.
Okay.
And can I say this is non-lethal? I don't know if that's a thing or not, but
I think for a well, it's the thing is it's not a thing. It's kind of built to accommodate for what if you accidentally break someone's nose and it goes into their brain or stuff.
Got it. Okay. All right. So
yeah, non-lethal is not really a rule that's accommodated for in Call of Cthulhu.
Okay.
However,
so will we say that it would just be melee damage?
yeah, in fact, I remember last week I did allow Dicky to do a hit without his bonus damage.
Cool.
We can say
All right.
you can do that.
All right. That is 4 points of damage.
Okay. Yep. He's all right.
Oh, gee whiz.
Benny,
So I imagine
You can breathe, Campbell.
Kay, that I have him by the back of the neck, and I just with the butt of the gun hit him in that knot that's right below the spinal column, and he just drops to his knees, and then I get the grip back on him again, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he's certainly feisty to get over that rock.
hey, Benny, looks like these fellas, distinguished captains of education, need a little extra motivation. Would you help me out here?
Start walking, or I'm gonna knock you both out and drag you.
I hear that shit and I see guns being pointed at Gray, and I just look at Hugsley after what just happened in the last room, and I'm just looking at you and looking at Gray, as if to say, what do you want to do here? What do you want to do?
At Hugsley, you mean you're looking at
Mhm.
trying to find out what he wants to do?
Yeah.
Hugsley says, I don't think there's any talking sense to these two. I don't even know how much of them is still there. Whatever this thing is seems to got a hold of their mind. So I'm with Dicky. Let's get him out of here. But let's keep these guns.
Aye,
Let's not do anything too reckless.
And so I just kind of, I'll go over to Hart and just kind of start moving him out of the.
Okay.
If he doesn't, you know what I mean. If he does, I'll just
when you
just
come
begin to
within,
push.
when you get closer to them, you hear that whispering again, like screaming inside your head. At this point, I'm gonna need you to roll another sanity check.
I'm assuming you want me to roll that too, because I'm going up there to grab them.
I do.
All right, that one I got.
Woo!
75 over 41.
Okay.
That's
Two
a
successes.
2 under 43.
All right.
All right, looks like I'm.
Wait, Trevor, you're supposed to be
rolled
getting
over?
under your sanity.
Oh.
So again,
There's a
Buddy
reason
sees-
Kay asked what all of her
Buddy
sanity
sees
was.
Dicky sort of like hazing, it kind of as he's hearing this shit, and he's like, Dicky,
I'm fine. I just want to get this fucking done.
I understand. Hey, you two,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
start moving.
Oh, my God.
Did you roll a d6, Dicky? Have I asked you to do that
Yeah,
yet?
I rolled a 6.
Oh no.
Well, the good news is that I don't need you to roll an intelligence check.
Oh, my God.
The bad news.
Why?
is that
Why?
The bad news is that you started the day with 50 sanity points,
Yeah, I did.
and you have now lost over a fifth of the sanity you had at the beginning of the day, which triggers a bout of madness and indefinite insanity.
Ooh!
What?
Hmm?
Wait, is that true? I guess.
So,
Okay.
first things first is that we will need you to roll to determine the duration of your bout of madness. So that's going to be a d10.
Oh no.
And can I do anything here, or are we saying I use that up?
You can roll a psychoanalysis. No, actually, I think this would be psychoanalysis. You can roll a psychoanalysis to see if you notice any change in his behavior, just at the outset.
Well, Kay, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't the psychoanalysis work for the next 24 hours?
No,
Prevent
we
it-
just did it. We did it different.
Okay, all right, yeah. All right, if we did it different, we did it different.
I got a 32. Oh, I just missed the critical. I got a 32 under 60.
Okay. So you can probably see a bit of the fire go out of him as he's like sort of walking with purpose towards these two. Perhaps his pace begins to slow. And Dicky, I think you just sort of come to a stop, and you too sort of feel the draw towards this stone, and you just for a moment find yourself really fascinated by it. And in fact, from here, you can see that it does have that flat top. And getting up close, you can tell that that flat top, etched into it, is that same symbol that was written, or that was drawn on that piece of paper up in the attic.
Dicky,
Hugsley goes not again.
Dicky,
Hey,
Hey.
Dicky.
Come on, Dicky. Let's get these guys out of here.
Dicky, what are you
What?
looking at? We got to move these guys. Come on.
Somebody get that gun out of his hands.
Benny,
Nah.
come over here and hold this guy, would you?
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I can kill the Kaiser right now.
What? Dicky, you're not.
Someone get the gun out of Dicky's hand, please.
I can
What the
kill
hell are
the
you talking
Kaiser.
about?
I
Dicky.
can end the whole thing right
Dicky,
now.
what the hell are you
I
talking
can
about? I'd
save
like to
the
kind of
whole world.
like
Buddy is
go up and
gonna
look at him face to face.
Oh no!
Oh Jesus!
All right,
And just
Benny.
Dicky, what's going on?
No.
Benny, don't go over there. Benny, don't go over
Get
there.
the gun out of
Well,
his
I'm already
hands,
like
Benny.
next to him, I imagine, because me and him were both going up.
Yeah,
for
they
this
were right up
guy.
there.
No, guy, why are you so upset? It's okay.
Dicky, look at me. You think I would be anywhere near a war? Look at me. Where do you think you are?
What?
Look at
And Hart,
me.
and Hart kind of leans into you, Dicky. And says, "Yes, you see it.
You back
You
the fuck
see.
up right now, Hart. Shut your fucking mouth. Dicky, you stay with me.
You see the potential for who you truly are."
I'm punching fucking Dr. Hart in the face.
You going for it?
Yep.
No, he's right. He's right. It's me. It's always been me. I can do it. I have the power to save the whole world.
Sassafras!
I kill the Kaiser right now. Everybody's home for Christmas.
Gray Boyd.
Benny, what'd you get on that roll?
Fail.
Failed.
Fuck.
94 under or over. Oh wait, I barely failed though. Where the fuck's my fight? Oh, I'm gonna push that. I'm gonna push it.
You're gonna use
4 points of luck to get that to 90 to just hit it.
Okay, I'm going to allow it because I haven't started combat. Typically, combat rolls can't be pushed, but since this is like you're trying to take a surprise attack,
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
Okay.
In K, did we roll for duration of Trevor's insanity?
Did we? I'm forgetting.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
So-
yes, we did.
You know what?
Yes, we did.
What'd you
Can
get?
I
what
can I
did
do
you
the
get? What did you get,
psychoanalysis?
Dicky? Yeah, wait. One
But-
second. What did you get? What did you get, Dicky?
A 10.
Can I do the psychoanalysis?
No, just
Because it typically does, like, there is a 24-hour it has an effect for 24 hours, like your last success. I'm going to reduce that to a 6, Dicky.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we are. I touched the rock.
What?
No!
Whoa.
Okay. I'm gonna. What's the problem here? I'm gonna save the world.
So Benny, you try to punch the professor, and you roll a success.
Yeah, just with the luck.
Yes. So you do get a success. The professor rolls against his strength score, or his fight brawl. Excuse me. Rolls against his fight brawl, and gets a hard success.
Oh Jesus!
He is able to stop your hand. Like with just all of a sudden, he has this this very surprising spryness for this older man. You look at him, and he looks to be like maybe in his mid to late 60s, but he just like because he's sort of leaning in and like almost taunting Dicky, and you sort of try to come right across his face, and he just it kind of bolts upright for a moment. Your fist goes like right across his jaw, and he just like puts a hand on it.
As he catches,
We are among. This is supposed to be a civilized conversation.
It's okay, Avery. It's all right. I got him. I'm gonna get everybody home for Christmas. And I touch the rock.
You touch the rock. And not much happens. It feels smooth and warm and just full of comfort. And you hear that whispering, and you're just staring at that symbol. You just hear it, but it sounds now almost comforting. It's gone from this harsh whisper to this like warm lullaby.
Buddy sees all this happening, and he goes, "Enough of this shit." Pulls the hammer back, fires on the priest at point blank in the head, and then he's gonna draw the gun at the other two and prepare to shoot them.
Yeah.
Who are you aiming at?
Okay.
That's the first shot that I'm taking right now is the priest at point blank to the head.
Save that roll. Let that be if you fire your gun again. For
Yeah.
I wouldn't make you roll for a point blank shot at the priest.
Okay.
The priest, Father Fitzgerald, falls.
Yeah. So all
God.
you see is Buddy seeing this, seeing Benny's fist get caught. It shouldn't get caught like that. There's no way this professor should have that kind of strength. He sees Dicky starting to lose it and starting to go back into his trance, and Buddy just enough of this shit. Pulls the hammer back. Boom!
Who are you aiming at?
I'm not answering that yet, Dan. Brain matter flies from the priest against the wall, and his body drops, and he levels the gun at the professor who just caught Benny's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, Professor, you might be strong, but I very seriously doubt you can dodge a 38 special bullet coming out of this gun. I suggest you drop his hand. I'm only going to ask once. And he pulls the hammer back again.
I see the priest go down, and I scream, and then I hear you say that, and I'm like, Buddy, Gray Boyd. We met once in a hardware store. You met me and my husband. My husband is dead now, upstairs, because of everything that is going on down here. We are going to die if you do not stop this. If you care about Hugsley at all, you gotta stop this. We are gonna die down here.
Hugsley, sweetie, you got to get that boy out of there.
First, I would like everyone to roll against their luck.
And then is the professor holding my fist still? Am I like locked up, or can I get away?
I think you can get away. He didn't like grab it. He just like put a hand on it.
Okay,
Very
so I
gently.
think my next move will be trying to get away and tackle Dicky to the ground.
Okay. What did we all get for luck?
If we're trying to roll over, or if we're trying to roll under, I failed. I got a 69 over 57.
Okay. Hugsley, how about you?
I got a 32 under 45.
Okay. Benny.
26 under 75.
Okay. Buddy.
Does meat it beats it?
It does, but what's the number?
76.
And Dicky, what did you get?
30 under 97.
Okay. You all begin to hear from further up the mine shaft just a slight rumbling.
Oh, jeez.
But then it stops.
Oh, God.
Maybe just a little dust falls from the ceiling.
All right. We got to get the fuck out of here, and I'm going to try to throw Dicky on my shoulder and start running.
Hugsley, sweetie, you got to get that kid out of here. Come on.
I run over to Hugsley, and I grab you by both shoulders, and I'm looking in your face, and I say, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. What are we going to do?
I'll get the boy. You keep an eye on Buddy. I don't think that man is any more sane than Dicky right now. And Hugsley books it over to Gray Boyd. And yeah, he closes in on the Rock and Gray Boyd.
Okay. Closing on the Rock and Gray Boyd. You do see that symbol, and you do hear that whispering like a scream in your head. And I will need you to roll a sanity check.
Come on.
Get the fuck out of here.
I want to clarify that my gun is not pointed at Gray Boyd. My gun is pointed at the professor. And if the professor tries to do anything physical to Hugsley, I will fire.
Okay.
85 over 52.
Jesus.
Okay.
D6?
D6.
Come on, baby.
A 1.
Come on. Yes, sir. All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
So what Hugsley's doing while he's walking over to try to block this out, he's reviewing in his head the definition of megalomania. And he's just like repeating like cases and case studies of megalomania. in his head and reviewing his studies. So he runs in and
Come on.
he socks Grey Boyd in the face. Wait, no, I don't have any fight brawl. No. Wait, I'm just gonna try to pick him up.
Just gonna try to figure out.
What
Okay.
happens?
Fireman,
What happens if you
carry
have
him.
nothing? What happens if you have nothing in a skill?
It's
If you have
whatever
nothing, yeah, there's a default.
there's
But
a
yeah,
default percentile.
you have a default for your fight brawl, which I believe is 20%.
25.
25.
You have a
yes, okay.
25% chance, Dan.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can,
And-
you can do that. Would be a combat maneuver essentially. We're not in combat still, but
grapple's fight brawl too, right?
Yeah.
it's yeah, that's basically what I'm asking you to do.
Mhm.
Whoops.
I wish I was more capable. Ooh. 83.
Oh, mama.
He failed too. So you try to like
Mhm.
fireman carry him out of there, and he just sort of like takes a step back from you and goes, Hugsley, I don't think you understand.
I'm not listening. I go for another attempt.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Try it again.
Man.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm gonna throw up.
91.
No!
Okay. So this time, yeah, wow. Okay. This time he dodges you and shoves you to the ground.
Okay.
So you are, and like dust kind of comes up all around you, and you look back at him, and his face is very stern now. And you look at him, and he looks at you and says, Hugsley, I don't think you understand.
Hugsley?
You're right. You're 100% right. And I have no desire to understand. And I get myself up and I go after him again.
Oh my god.
All right.
Professor Lynch, you fucking
I
move.
would have too if I'm picking Dicky up, and if I succeeded, I'm already running out. So I'm not waiting for any of this to happen.
You tried to pick up Dicky? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's resolve that first.
And
So
I'm yelling, "Fucking leave them! Let's get the fuck out of here before this whole place comes down!"
Go, Benny. I'm
Benny
right behind you. Go.
Benny and Dicky, give me an opposed fight brawl roll.
Ooh. It's gonna be a tough one.
Does
They're
being
both very
insane
good.
affect your rolls at all?
77 under 90.
Okay.
19
Oh.
under 65.
Dicky, how do you dodge this attempt to carry you away from the meteorite?
I don't know. What does being insane mean?
What is that?
What does being insane mean?
So I think in this instance, it's like consider it like being fascinated. You are so in on this thing, and perhaps even interpret Benny's actions not as a threat against you, but as a threat against the meteorite, which you just feel so driven to protect.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah. So if he comes at me, I just, without even really taking my eyes away from the thing, just sort of my body kind of moves instinctively just to do a little, just a little like really quick combat maneuver to like block his arms and kind of tie him up and shove him away.
Okay, so you two are going for a shove. Okay, yeah. And Benny, what did you get again?
Success, but it was a 77 under 90.
Okay, so since you succeeded, I will say that you don't get like pushed to the ground, but you like sort of stumble as you move past him. But now, Hugsley, I think if you are going to continue to try to wrestle Grey Boyd out of this underground chamber, I'm gonna need everybody to give me your dex scores.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just everybody?
No.
Everybody.
All right.
We're
My dex
rolling
is,
against it.
No. Just what your dex score is.
my dex
Now
is
I have
It's
a
like our initiative.
I have a plus 50 because my gun is drawn, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
my dex is a 55.
Okay.
35 for the ugly and dumb Benny Kaplan.
Alrighty. Whoops.
Ugly, slow, and dumb.
Alrighty. Ned, with your plus 50, what does Buddy have?
That's an 80.
80.
Oh, we ain't saving no one today.
I feel this is not how I thought this was gonna go.
No.
This is headed for a fucking train wreck.
Oh, whoops.
Everything's gone so well until this.
Oh my god.
I accidentally wrote Benny as Buddy. Hold on, give me 1 second. Benny, you had a 35, right?
Yeah,
You just combine us together as Bunny.
I'll take.
Add
I
the
almost did.
score.
I almost did just now. Okay, there's Benny. Hugsley, what's your dex score?
70.
All right.
Pretty good.
I told you I'm quick with it.
Come on. We need
quick-witted
somebody.
and
She says
quick-witted.
as she pours more boxed wine.
Watch out now. Watch out
Dicky,
now.
what is
I'm drinking
what
straight
is
tequila tonight.
Dicky? What is your
Oh.
dexterity
That's-
score?
75.
Okay. Now I will leave it up to you whether you want to consider your gun as like so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. All right. So we'll just give you your regular initiative since you are entranced, and then let me just add a couple more.
This went so wrong.
I feel
So
so tense right now. The game is
Was there
over.
any
I'm
other
gonna
way it
shoot you
could
for
go?
real.
That's like I don't see any way.
I mean, we're trying, but we are rolling like
Yeah.
dog shit. Like, trying to.
Definitely. It's definitely going to be a smaller group after.
Oh my
this.
god.
Okay. So let's actually go a little out of order. Hugsley, since you're kind of initiating this, why don't you give me that third attempt at the fight brawl?
Come on, baby. Roll low, baby.
Come on. Competing Cthulhu dice towers.
62.
Ah, fuck me.
No dice. So so you like get up off the ground, your whole front is just like covered in dust now, and you go to try to tackle him again, and this time he punches you. Just lets loose with an uppercut right at your face.
Okay.
He's going to do
Awful.
and he'll miss, actually. So he will try
Okay.
to take
I got
a-
that dex.
That's right.
Dan, what does that look like when he goes to punch
Yeah, and
you?
so I go to grab him and he dodges, and then he gets this look in his eye, and I'm like, I know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
and then I like shift back into the left.
Yeah,
you're like we role played this before.
No.
perhaps much like he did earlier, he's just like his mode is to just like stop your momentum coming towards you. So you're like coming at him, and he's just trying to like take you by surprise and shift your momentum. But much like he did to you before, you are able to just very quickly and deftly step out of the way. With that, I'm actually going to change the music.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun,
Perhaps, we'll see.
I'm waiting for that typical like Pokemon music when you get into a fight. You know, when the
Dun,
screen
dun,
warps
dun,
in.
dun, dun. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sweetie, it's your turn.
It is?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, keeper.
Oh, it's not. It's not. I'm so sorry. I always forget to hit sort.
Oh,
Buddy, it's your turn.
oh fuck.
Oh, no.
God. The first thing Buddy's gonna do, because he's aiming at the professor, is he's gonna turn his head back and look at Sweetie side-eye.
And shoot her.
And I turn and I shoot Sweetie
I
in the
wouldn't
head.
be surprised.
No. So I'm looking at Sweetie and I'm like, I look at her and I just say, run. And then I say it louder, run! And I turn back and I point at the professor, and I'm gonna fire a shot at the professor.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Please don't,
Uh,
please don't
buried
miss.
alive.
Please don't miss.
Yep, roll the hit.
That is a 51 over 50.
All right. Yeah, you miss. Everybody give me another luck roll.
Oh man.
Oh, is this if the thing collapses? Because guns
Everybody?
are firing?
Everybody.
Stop shooting your fucking gun, dude.
We're all gonna die in a tunnel.
Oh my gosh. Remember?
All right, Sweetie.
We're in a tunnel.
Sweetie, what'd you get?
I got a 53 under 57.
Okay. Hugsley, what'd you get?
I got a 70 over 45.
Come on, peoples.
Okay. Benny?
28 under 75.
Okay. Buddy?
That's a 70 under 76.
Okay.
And Dicky?
49 under 97.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, everybody tell me what your luck scores are again.
Luck 97.
Okay.
57.
46.
45 for Hugsley and 45 for Hugsley. What was it again, buddy?
76.
Okay.
75 for the Benmeister.
5. Okay.
Bensta.
Again, hear this kind of rumbling. At the far back of the room, a chunk from the ceiling falls to the ground.
Oh, fuck.
And then the rumbling subsides.
Hugsley goes, if you don't stop firing that goddamn gun, buddy, I'm going to come over there and take it out your hands.
I'd
Trying
like
to
to
get
see
us all
you try.
You trying to get us all killed?
I'm trying to save your ass.
Yeah,
Either
well, look
grab
at
your
the
lover boy,
ceiling.
either
Look
get your
at
lover
the
boy out
ceiling.
of there,
Stop firing
or
your
run.
gun, buddy.
Okay. So, it is Dicky's turn. I'm honestly not sure what you can do other than continue to be fascinated by this rock. Although, count off a round of your bout of madness.
Okay.
Yeah. That brings us to Hugsley.
So Buddy responds to his comment and is like, either get up and get your boyfriend or I'm leaving your ass.
I pull out my knife when I hear that.
Hugsley just goes. Then he turns around and he eyes Gray Boyd up and he goes, all right, Gray, let's dance.
Oh, Jesus.
You want to try to tackle him again?
Yeah. 68.
Okay. So it's a fail for both of you. So
What are the
yeah.
mechanics of two fails?
So if combat maneuvers are basically just if you fail, if you both fail, nothing happens. If he were to succeed, and well, actually, let's see. So basically, you have to get one level of success higher than he does in order for anything to happen.
Okay.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, because that's you can only do one action, right?
Yeah, I mean you can also move if you want, but yeah, only one action.
That's it.
Okay.
He goes. I'm gonna get my hands on you sooner or later, Gray.
That is going to bring us to Professor Hart.
Oh, gee whiz.
Professor Hart, what is he gonna do?
Call Cthulhu.
He's gonna call Cthulhu.
Ring, ring.
Hello, Cthulhu.
Excuse me, Cthulhu.
You got the operator.
Yes,
Professor Hart
Cthulhu, Lord of
is
Darkness.
going to Professor Hart is going to move towards you, buddy, and he's going to do so with this very disconcerting motion. It's like he's just sort of casually walking towards you, but he moves so quickly, in fact, that you think you have all this time before he gets to you, but then he's just like, boom, he's
No.
there. And he's going to gently say to you with a smile on his face,
Oh, no.
my dear boy, as I mentioned, we are deep underground. If you keep shooting that firearm, you're going to get us all killed. And he's going to try to take it from you. So that's going to be an opposed by brawl check.
That is a 1 under 75.
Okay. He absolutely fails. And because that's a crit, I'm just, making this up as I go. You can take an attack of some kind if you would like.
Oh my god.
So Buddy sees him grab the gun, and Buddy is just gonna go, and he's gonna take his fist and just backhand him in the face to get him to drop the gun. So he'll use his fist as to attack him.
All right, go for it. You don't have a. Okay.
All right, that is a 47 under 75.
So he chose to take the dodge action.
Fuck.
And so wait, so you got what was it? What was yours again?
A 47 under 75.
So regular success.
Yeah.
He too got a regular success, so he is successfully able to dodge the attack, but he can't do anything back to you. That's going to bring us to the end of his turn. Next is Grey Boyd. Grey Boyd is just going to, staring at you, Hugsley, just slowly walk back until his back is just gently resting against the meteorite.
Oh my god.
And he's going to say, I told you. You don't understand. It's already out. And that's going to be the end of his turn. That's going to bring us to Sweetie.
I don't like the sound of that.
I've been
Put
really
it back in. Put it back in.
I've been really trying to figure out what to do. I'm really keeper of arcane lore.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do for our insane friend? Is there anything can be done? Or is it kind of like a moot point to try and do anything?
So, you won't be able to end his indefinite insanity, but I would let you roll psychoanalysis to see if you can shorten or perhaps even end his bout of madness.
Okay, let me see. Okay. I don't think with a 1% in psychoanalysis, I don't think that's going to do me very good.
You have to roll a 1.
What about a charm? Can't she
default?
charm me out of
The
madness?
thing I was going to do was try to charm, but if that's not going to do anything, then I got to figure something else out.
Can she help while I'm trying to be like, Dicky, I'm just trying to get you out of here. Can she help me talk some sense
You know
into him?
what? I'm going to do what I was going to do, and you can, if I'm successful or not, you can tell me.
Okay, so what was it you were going to do?
Okay. I'm going to approach Dicky.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to Dicky and go pass through whatever hellscape sanity nonsense I must pass through.
If you're approaching the meteorite, you are going to need to roll a sanity check.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a sanity check.
No.
And so I see Sweetie walking toward the meteor when I was run, and I'm like, Sweetie, what are you doing?
No, I failed. I failed big time. I rolled a 92.
God.
All right, gotta roll a d6.
No.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I don't like that lip pop.
Now I will need you to roll against your intelligence.
Okay, I'm rolling against my intelligence. I'm trying to get under my intelligence or over my intelligence.
Over. You want to fail it.
You don't want to comprehend what's happening. You want to get
I
over
don't
it.
want to comprehend.
Please,
I
Sweetie.
comprehend it. I comprehend
No.
it.
Oh.
I got a 44 under 75.
Sweetie, you make your way over towards Dicky, and as you do, you hear that whispering in your ear one more time.
Oh my god.
Just a very quick, high-pitched, yeah, Sura. And you can't help. You're You're like Orpheus hearing Eurydice at the gates of Hades. You have to turn and try to see where it's coming from. And your eye falls on that symbol carved into the top of this meteorite. And you too find yourself fully entranced by it. It is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. So roll a, I believe a D10. Yeah, roll a D10.
A D10. Oh shit.
Yeah, I think.
Oh
that's
no, I
right.
have one of those. That's what we've been rolling.
Yeah, roll a D10.
That's a 2.
Okay. You will feel the effects of this bout of madness
That's
for
not
2
bad.
rounds or 12
Man.
seconds.
Okay.
That's not bad.
But sweetie, as you're staring entranced at this stone, you look down and you see the hammer and chisel that that Gray Boyd was using to chip away at it. And you feel the urge, which you won't be able to act on until your next turn. You feel the urge to take a piece of this meteorite. That's going to bring us to Benny. What would you like to do, Benny?
Okay. Can I roll to see if I realize that Sweetie just went insane?
That would be to see if, let's see, I believe to see if to try to notice insanity. That would be psychology.
Holy
It's
shit.
not
Okay.
obvious.
I got some points in that.
I would say no. I'm gonna require a roll for it.
Come on, Benny. Come on, baby.
Well, fuck.
Oh jeez.
That's a 62 over 40. So if I don't see that, I think I'm just gonna continue I'm gonna give it another go at grabbing Dicky.
Okay.
Since I think I'm like, Sweetie, help me talk some sense into Dicky. Like, not even realizing that she's going through something, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go try to scoop Dicky up again.
Your
just start-
words just.
I just start
Float right
quietly
by.
singing Be Not Afraid.
While looking at a chisel.
Oh
right.
my god.
All right, Dicky, let's see your fight brawl.
Yep. Roll a
You
give me
son
the
of a
opposition
bitch,
to that
you
fight
better
roll,
fail.
Dicky.
36.
6.
10 under 90.
Oh no, sorry, I misheard.
There we go.
Great success.
Okay, Benny, you are
But
able.
that's actually an extreme.
Extreme success. Okay.
Yes, 10 under 90.
You are able to get Dicky off of his balance enough and start moving the two of you towards the exit of this cavern. And Dicky, I think you don't necessarily feel the urge to like fight back, although you can if you'd like. I'll leave that up to you. But what you do feel is just the desire, no matter where you are, to just keep staring at this meteorite, just so entranced.
As
That's
I like got him scooped up and I'm running away. He's just staring behind me at that meteor rock, like not even caring that I'm carrying him away.
So you are now face to face with, sorry. So that's going to take us back to Buddy, and this is the top of round 2. So anybody who's keeping track of rounds of sanity, Sweetie, yours will end not on this turn, but your next one.
Mhm.
And let's see, where should we say Dicky was? You were starting at 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was like right before the combat started. So I think now you probably have like 4 left.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say you have 4 left. Okay, Buddy, it is your turn. You are standing face to face with Professor Hart.
Fuck. Benny, you still have the brass knuckles, yeah? Because I gave them to you, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
Don't shoot.
I'm not sure what mechanically the damage is for like using a gun as a hard object, but just for the sake of ease, let's say you can use, like, if you wanted to hit him with the butt of your gun,
Yeah.
we can say that that's the same stats as Brass Knuckles.
Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty. Fair enough. Buddy's gonna try to do something. He wants to try to do is he wants to pull the stake out of his pocket and throw it. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm
He wants to pull the stake out of his pocket. He wants to throw it at his face and then use that as like a distraction to
stun?
run up and smack him with the butt of the gun.
Brickmaster, you just Joel Millered a brick into his face. Now you get advantage on the attack, bitch.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it does. I think that lets you take the attack with a bonus die.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
because I love that. So please do.
Yeah.
And
Pocket
Benny's
steak.
like, "Hey, I thought you were saving that steak for dinner tonight."
And he looks at Benny and he goes, "I'm about to raise the stake." Throws the stake.
Please raise the stake now.
Nice. Okay, that is a 35 under 75. That is a hard success.
Okay. Roll damage.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
That is 6 points of damage.
Come on,
Okay.
baby.
Okay. All right. That looks like it hurt.
So yeah, he like throws the stake and like runs up and he just clocks him like across the left, like the right eyebrow. And as he turns back, there's just like he hit the nerve ending.
Yeah,
Like, there's
yeah.
just blood coming down his face. And it maybe it didn't necessarily like concuss him, but it's like when a boxer gets cut and he's bleeding
Yeah.
because of all the nerve endings. Hits him.
I will say it wasn't enough to prompt him to like have to roll a con save to see if he stays conscious, but it was enough to hurt. So, anything else for you, buddy?
And then he's gonna call to Sweetie and just so, Sweetie, I told you to go, Sweetie.
I turn slowly to you and I'm just singing, "Be not afraid," as I'm like reaching down to pick up the fucking chisel.
And after seeing that, I make eye contact with Hugsley with a look in my eye that's like, "We gotta go, man. We gotta fucking go right now." And that's my turn.
Okay.
Some high stakes gameplay. Sorry.
Hugsley locks eyes with Buddy, and he goes, "Look, friend, you don't gotta stay, but I wouldn't be able to sleep with myself if I just left. I gotta see this through."
All right.
Your funeral, kid.
Let's hope
Damn.
not.
Dicky. First, tick one more off your bout of madness, and then look over
Hug
and
the player care.
then look over at that hammer and chisel in Sweetie's hand and think, "Oh, I'd sure like a turn when she's done."
I swear to God, if y'all fall insane in love, if y'all go crazy in love right now, y'all
I've-
looking real crazy in love.
I've got them looking so crazy right now.
Got me looking. Got me looking. So
Got them looking so crazy in love.
I've got them looking crazy in love.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait, let me
Oh,
go
no,
get
no.
my fur coat, chinchilla.
All right.
Oh my God.
It is now Hugsley's turn.
Huxley, roll up the partition, please.
Hugsley takes off Hugsley puts his suspenders to the side and he stretches. And he goes,
shit.
"What round is this, Gray?"
Oh shit. Oh shit.
That's a real question, Gray.
What round is it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because we're about to go again, boy.
Oh shit. Oh!
Yeah, I think Gray says, what round is it? And you say that.
Hugsley
And
just goes,
we're doing better. We're doing better. This one was a 38.
Okay.
but it's still over 25.
And what are you trying to do?
God!
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to
actually, it doesn't-
grapple.
Yeah. Oh, trying to grapple again. Okay. All right. He fails too. So yet again, nothing happens. You're like a bull in a matador, just like charging at him, and he's just sort of like not deftly, but he's stepping out of the way.
You nerds.
Anything else for you, Hugsley?
Hugsley spits on the ground. All right. Looks like we're going to be here for a while, Gray.
All right. That's going to bring us back to Professor Hart. Professor Hart. He's going to take a swing at you, buddy.
Oh shit!
We're in a fight. We're in a fight.
Come on,
He's
you
going to
big
fight.
fucking brainiac. Let's go.
You fucking brainiac.
Okay.
An opposed fight raw.
So if he's taking a swing
Actually-
at you, if he's taking a swing at you, you have a few options. You can either fight back or dodge. So if you fight back, it'll be against your fight brawl. If you dodge, it'll be against your dodge.
I'm gonna fight back.
You're gonna fight back. Okay.
Yeah.
Come
What'd
on.
you get?
That is a 16 under 75.
Okay. His attack fails to connect, but yours is able to. So you get to roll damage.
So I'm like, come on, you brainiac. And he throws a punch, and I dodge it, and I like come underneath with the butt of the gun and like clock with his chin. Attempt to clock with his chin.
Yeah, nice.
That is another 4 points of damage.
Okay. He takes that hit and he like reels back.
And then I do
And,
that, and then I do that badass thing that Henry Cavill does, where I'm like,
Reload your arms
Yeah,
And then
reload
you
your
grow a
arms. I
beard.
love that.
yeah, and then I grow a beard
It's just-
instantly.
instantly.
with a little pop, yeah, emerges from your face.
It gets bigger.
Okay, so he takes that punch and reels back from you, and then he's going to start running towards Gray, and that's going to be his turn. So that's Professor Hart. It is now Gray's turn, and Gray is still just not trying to fight you, Hugsley. He just resumes. Like, perhaps he had to sort of stumble out of the way a bit to dodge that attack, but he now just settles back into that position, sort of leaning gently against the meteorite. That's going to bring us to Sweetie.
Okay.
What you gonna do? What did you do last? What are you doing currently?
Well, so
you're
now
trying to chisel. Yeah.
I have picked up a chisel.
But this
Yes,
is
yes.
round 2, isn't it? Of her sand.
So now one round is over. So you have gone from 2 rounds to 1, and so it'll be on your next turn. The bout of madness will end, and right now you're just like tink tink tink, and
Just Singing
yeah,
and tinking away.
yeah, and in fact I think you managed to like extract a little piece, and there's this little piece on the ground before you, and I think you like have this moment of triumph where it's like, this is what I wanted, and then you look over at Dicky
Hmm.
and offer him the hammer and chisel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's on my shoulder and I am running away with him.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. Okay, yeah. So maybe you like try to look.
Wait,
like,
wait, Dicky. He's too far.
and perhaps think to yourself, well, I know he wanted one, and sit back too.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Benny, it's your turn. Are you continuing to just run with Dicky out of the tunnel? Okay, so
I'm saying, get everyone the fuck out of here!
okay, all right.
Sassafras!
Yeah. Caw-caw!
Oh,
Caw-caw!
Benny, I want you to do some kind of interpersonal roll for me.
Oh.
Okay.
Charm, persuade, intimidate, or
Caress.
the other one, fast talk, or sassafras.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with sassafras, which would be intimidate, because that's the only thing I got skills in. Woo!
Caw-caw!
That
How'd you
is a caw-caw! 18 under 70.
All right.
Okay.
That is a hard success. Just almost an extreme success.
Nice. Okay. Dicky, how many rounds did you have left in that bout of madness?
4.
Come on.
4.
Come on.
Make it 2.
Yay!
All right. So that's
And
been
then,
his turn.
while I'm running, I'm like, "Come on, Dicky, snap the fuck out of it! Come on, I know you're better than this."
He's like punching him in the gut as he's running. He's like, "Come on, my God!"
I was just picturing you going, caw-caw, caw-caw.
Caw-caw, just like simple slaps.
Slaps in the face.
Okay. That's going to bring us to back around to Buddy. What you got, Buddy? So
as Buddy sees him move, did he move closer to the artifact?
Yeah. So he made towards Gray, and Gray was like leaning against this meteorite. So he was running closer to the center of the room.
Can I make a roll against my intelligence to see that if he is in range, like if I can see that getting close to the object might cause some sort of issue?
Sure.
Because I've seen Sweetie, I've seen weird things happen as people get close to it.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden for that.
Spot hidden. Okay.
Yep.
That's a 42 under 45.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. You can see clearly that he does not seem affected by getting close to this meteorite.
All right, Buddy's gonna try it. Buddy's gonna move in.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna move into him and then attempt to connect with him one more time and knock him out.
As you move closer to the meteorite, Buddy, you hear that echoing in your head.
Okay.
Come on.
Sanity.
Sanity check.
Ned.
Gaggle.
Ned,
Give
I've
him a blow.
known you longer than anybody in this room.
Please.
Come on. No whammy. Big money. For Gucci.
All right.
Gucci. 23
Nice.
under 60.
Well done. All right, so you are going to try to attack the professor now?
I am. And as I'm walking up, I'm like, "Oh no, you don't, you son of a bitch." And then he goes to hit him in the back of the head.
Give me that attack.
That is a 14 under 75.
What's that face?
Okay. He tried to dodge but failed. Roll your damage.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh boy. Buddy's body count for this day.
Yeah, right? Buddy's a murderer. You should hang low, buddy.
You might want to hang low. You're probably wanted for murder. 5 damage, K.
5 damage. Okay.
Oh boy.
Your the butt of your gun, as he's like running from you and reaching towards Gray, the butt of your gun just connects with the back of his head. He stumbles and he takes a trip forward, and his like the front of his head just goes boom against the meteorite. You just see like a spray of blood go across the surface of this glassy meteorite, and he like kind of stumbles over it and then slides off onto the ground.
So I see that. I clock that. They're like, "All right, he's fucking dead." And then I look.
No.
I look to Sweetie, and I'm gonna just put a hand on her shoulder, and kind of pull her toward me to look at me. And I'm gonna yell, "Come on, we gotta go now!" And like I imagine that it like, because she's still insane, that it's just like she can't, like it's all like,
yeah. I like that a lot, and I would like Sweetie to roll against your power.
Roll against my power?
Yes.
Woo!
I got the power.
How powerful is Sweetie?
I just rolled a 00 and a 2 under 60.
that's a
Okay.
2 under 60.
So powerful.
So powerful, such sheer force of will that that Buddy is unable to convince you to leave.
Fuck!
Oh! Fuck.
I'm too
Subverting-
powerful.
Subverting expectations everywhere I
I'm
go.
Damn
too
it.
All right.
powerful.
Curse
Okay.
you, keeper!
That's going to bring us to.
Wait, you can persuade an insane person?
God
I
damn
was
it!
going. I was going to. I was just playing with it. I thought it was a cool idea, so I kind of thought maybe it'd be
Okay,
fun.
I won't try
This
that
is
then.
yeah. A lot of Dan. In case you haven't noticed by now, I like to play a little fast and loose with the
I
rules.
like it.
Fast and loose.
So I'm just I'm making stuff up as I go here. All right, that was Buddy's turn. Dicky, you are on atop the mighty shoulders of Benny Kaplan. I think I would like you to roll against your power.
Okay.
Ooh, roll high and take a disadvantage dice for the love that you have for Benny.
I did. Okay, so yeah, I did give you that. You do have an inspiration if you want to use it.
That's right, you do.
I
Oh,
won't.
yeah.
I won't tell you whether I want you to roll high or low in the situation, but
Oh
whichever-
no!
it'll be the better one for each situation.
50,
Oh no.
56 over 50.
Okay. So you you just let it happen. You are atop his mighty shoulders, and he continues carrying you out.
Davy Crockett.
That's going to bring us to Hugsley. Hugsley, what do you want to do?
Hugsley goes, he looks at the dead body and the blood splattered over the rock, and he goes, "Now, boy, what else do you think is going to happen here?"
What else do you think is going to happen here?
Come on.
This man's head's already shattered on this rock. This rock ain't lift a finger.
Mm.
Didn't even
Mm.
roll out of the way, boy.
Mm.
Ooh, look at all
Did
that
you see that
psych-
coming when you looked into the lens? If you did, why didn't you catch him?
Dan, give me what would you like to roll for that?
He's being honest, so just persuasion. He's just shooting straight facts.
Okay.
Da.
All right. Yeah, give me that persuasion.
Come on, bud.
I got a 7 under 50.
Very cool. Gray
You see
Boy
it coming, boy?
looks down at the body of Professor Hart. And Hugsley, you see just something comes over him. Almost as if some sort of veil has been lifted. And just for the briefest moment, you can see what looks like terror in his face.
Oh no.
It sort of melts back quickly. You can tell that he's like sort of trying to mask it. But he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a lens.
No.
Oh.
No.
Can I take an action?
If you decide you still want to when I'm finished, yes, you can. But he's gonna take this lens and he's gonna stare at it for what must be just an instant, but feels so much longer. And he drops it. He drops it, and it lands on the dusty ground with a gentle thud. Some dust kind of sprays up around it. And he looks towards the door and just takes 3 slow steps towards it.
Hugsley's not gonna say a goddamn thing, and it's just gonna like slip off to the side and around and just keep walking with him from behind forward. So, and he's not gonna do anything. He's gonna let him keep walking. And if he decides to turn around and stop, then Hugsley will do something.
Okay.
And he looks around at Buddy and at Sweetie and just goes.
And so now Buddy sees that happening, and he looks back at Sweetie, and now he's got like Flavor. He's got two hands on her, and he's like, "Come on, we gotta go now."
Okay. That brings us to Boyd. He continues walking. That brings us to Sweetie, who has reality crash down around her ears.
And like I realized there's like a little bit of blood on my face from the face that just smashed into the rock.
Ugh.
And for the coming to, like, for the first time, I just look down at my stomach and I look back up at Buddy and I go, I'm gonna have a fucking baby. We gotta go.
Did your water break?
I start running.
Oh.
No, I'm fucking running. I'm not gonna have a baby right now, but we gotta go.
All right. So as that happens,
And then Sweetie's water breaks.
as that happens, Buddy pulls out the stick of dynamite. He lights the stick of dynamite and he throws it at the meteor, and he fucking turns around and hauls ass.
Okay.
Up the
tunnel. You can absolutely do that. Before you do, we'll say that happens on your turn, which is after Benny's turn. So Benny, before he does that, you get to do something, whatever it is you want to do.
I'll turn around and look and see if everyone's coming at me, and if they are, just keep on running.
Yeah. All right.
And I'll give Dicky a little. Be good up there, Dicky. I got you, buddy.
Thank you,
friends. We are out of combat. Sweetie McLintock has returned to her senses. Dicky, after a few moments, returns to his, but is still not in a bout of madness, but is still indefinitely insane. And still just, I think at this point, Dicky, you can correct me if you think that there's something more appropriate, but I think you just like slump over in defeat and just let Benny continue carrying up the tunnel.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after a few moments, and you've all just continuing to make your way up, you hear.
As you guys are like running up, all you hear from the rear is fire in the hole, and like my fat ass running up the mountain, like running up the mine shaft, and then
so everyone, Gray included, begins to pick up the pace a little bit as you hear behind you.
That sound design.
Let's take a break.
Oh,
shit.
All right, friends.
Thank you.
Gaggle, we are going to be back in 5-ish, 10-ish minutes. I know that I made everybody wait way too long for a bathroom break. So let's go do that now, and we'll return very shortly. Stay with us.
Woo.
And we're back. Hey, friends. How's everybody feeling?
We made it, kind of.
Shook.
Kinda.
Yeah, not good still.
Yeah, still not great. I'm
certainly
sure.
not
I'm
unscathed. I'll tell you that.
Well, let's see. I won't waste too much time. We'll just jump right back into it. So we're out of combat, strictly speaking. Although I do really like the music, so I'm going to put the music back on.
Yes, I do love it.
Because we're not out of the danger just yet. You hear that explosion behind you, all of you. First of all, did everybody take an opportunity if they needed to just take a quick peek inside their safety love box?
Yeah.
What are you about to do to us?
I think
Look in the box. Look in the box.
Dan, I think you especially need to take a look in your safety love box. if you're asking me that question.
Oh no.
What's in the box? What's in
What's
the
in the
box?
box? I already told you, love and safety. You put it there.
Do we have
It's not going to
Paltrow's
Paltrow's
severed head?
I'll pause the music for a moment so we can look in our safety love boxes without that scary music playing in the background.
This is nice here.
Yeah, it's nice and warm here.
And then I'm going to put it right back on.
God damn it.
Okay.
Ah!
So, friends,
Emotional damage.
you are all running from this big chamber, leaving the bodies of Professor Hart and Father Fitzgerald behind you as you start to hear this rumbling, and you're making your way up the tunnel. And all of a sudden, as the rumbling grows louder and louder and louder, you start to see, because you guys are all just facing forward, eyes on the prize, you're starting to see this dust just like swirling around you. The only person perhaps who sees behind you is Dicky, slung over the shoulder of Benny Kaplan, no longer in his bout of madness, but still dealing with just this indefinite insanity. So you, Dicky, are looking behind, and you see from the entrance to this chamber, as you're continuing to run forward, just this curtain of dirt and earth falling from the ceiling, wooden buttresses crashing in from either side of the tunnel as it moves towards you. You all make your way up the tunnel, running with all haste. And in fact, everyone give me roll against your con.
Oh
no!
Oh no!
Whoa! I got a 2.
Okay.
Oh. Jesus.
Hugsley's
we-
on the wings of love.
Okay, so Hugsley got a 2. Benny, what'd you get?
84 over 70.
84. Buddy, what'd you get?
I got a 28 under 60.
Okay. Dicky?
7 under 60.
And Sweetie.
Yo,
I got
use
a
your luck.
I got a 59 over 50.
Okay. Okay. Now, everyone tell me what your dex score is. Let's start with Benny.
35.
Okay. Buddy?
30.
Dicky?
75.
Sweetie?
55.
And Hugsley.
Now, Kay, you know I'm quick with it.
I do.
That's a
Boy,
7,
do I.
baby.
All right, awesome. Okay, so you all managed to stay ahead of this collapse happening behind you. You emerge into that room where, or that chamber rather, where those men were picking away at the veins of gold and loading it into carts, and you find that indeed they still are. So as you get into this chamber, the collapse happening behind you doesn't pass the barrier into this room. And just, I just imagine you're all just like sprinting, running as hard as you can, panting heavily as dust, and inhaling dust as it's swirling around you. You emerge into this room, and the tunnel behind you completely collapses, but the chamber that you're in now does not. And just this cloud of dust flies out of the tunnel behind you, surrounding all of you, filling the room, making it difficult to breathe, but not impossible. You're breathing, and it starts to feel heavy. You cough and hack and spit dust out. But you come to a stop. You see that the collapse has ended. The room falls silent. What would you all like to do?
Oh shit.
I'd like to check on my good buddy Dicky. Kind of like
Okay.
put him down, like kind of check his face, like, Dicky, you all right, bud?
Did the sky fall?
And I think I don't even realize that there's anything wrong with that answer. And
Yeah.
I'm like, bud, I think it did. But
I hate when that happens.
Dicky, you there?
Huh?
You all right?
I'm right here.
Are you with me?
Who are you?
Hey, guys. Hey, Professor, Sweetie.
What's the matter, Benny? What's wrong?
So, what is it?
Hugsley walks over and he goes, he's disassociated. I don't know what that rock did, but his mind can't handle it. He's partitioned some things away. If we get it time, he might come back.
Hey, anybody else hot? All of a sudden,
Uh-huh. What's wrong?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my God. Sit down right now. Sit down.
Are you giving yourself a heart attack?
And Buddy falls down, and he's clutching his chest, and he's like, "Ah,
Man down! And Dicky springs up and over to Buddy. Come on, we need a medic. And I get him under his armpits, and I start dragging him out of the fucking tunnel.
And I'm just
Just stand there, you know?
Oh,
Dicky,
shit.
easy, Dicky, buddy. Can I do some type of first aid or something to see what's going on with
I
Buddy?
point at Benny, and I go, Benny. I go.
Punch him.
I'm just gonna fucking punch Buddy.
Wait,
right
how
in
much
the
health do you
chest.
have, Ned? Wait, time out, Ned. How much health do you have?
I'm
Because you're
Gucci.
majorly injured.
I'm Gucci.
You can
He's
take a punch from
trying to
Benny right
die,
now.
I can take a-
Daniel.
I
Let
can
him
take a-
die.
I can take a punch from Benny. I
I'm
can
gonna
take a
go,
punch.
God
I don't know if
damn
you
it,
can,
Buddy,
dog.
live! And I'm gonna give him a punch to the chest with love. A love punch to the chest.
With love disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Buddy,
Oh my God.
roll a con save.
Oh my God.
Buddy has like 3 health right now.
No, I have 10.
Oh God.
How'd you get
You're doing
10?
all right. It's all right.
I don't hit as
Between
hard
you
as
healing
Dicky,
me,
so it's
between
fine.
overnight, between all of the things that we did.
Yeah, no, he did pretty well at recovery. But
Okay.
let's let the dice tell a story. Go ahead and roll that con for me. Come on.
Let's let the dice kill Ned.
God, yeah, Buddy, don't make me kill you trying to save you. Benny's had a hard life as it is.
Oh my God, Ned.
As you
Ned!
do.
Come on, out with it.
Can I use luck?
Yes, you can.
For
Can
a
I put
situation
myself in
you
a
created.
predicament? Right. Can I put myself in a predicament? And
Listen,
then
I don't know.
luck?
I was thinking about it, and I wasn't thinking about it, and now I'm nervous.
He's just trying to keep the tension high.
Now
I
I'm
appreciate
Keeping
that.
a good story moment going on here.
We're just
He's
telling a
52
story.
years old. He just ran a fucking half a mile
Uphill.
uphill, both
in bad
ways.
conditions.
No way.
Poor air quality.
In the
Where
snow, no shoes on.
And he's been drinking
Over
like a fish
broken-
for the past 2 months.
Barefoot over broken glass and eggshells.
Okay, so that is a 74 over 60. But I'm going to burn 14 luck to get me to the exact success. So
Okay.
just a regular success.
Yeah, so I think for a moment, buddy, as you sort of like find your way, like claw yourself against one of these walls and kind of like slump against it and fall down to the ground. I think for a very brief moment, you lose consciousness. Benny, as I recall, you have pretty good first aid, and also you're in love with Buddy, so this is this works.
Right. Correct on both accounts.
You see his consciousness slip away, and you spring into action wordlessly. He's like sitting, upright against this wall. You spring into action. You grab him by the ankles and pull so that he's lying flat on the ground with a vroom, and just spring right into action. You start giving him CPR, and it doesn't take
Mouth
very
to
long.
mouth.
It doesn't.
Now
You know what? Yeah, you give him mouth to mouth, and he comes back to life.
Oh yeah.
I was
what
just
you
gonna let him
don't
do it with a
know-
few chest compressions, but hey, there. I'll
I
let them
slip
have.
a
Let them
little
have their
bit of
moment.
tongue into that
Don't
mouth
you
to
do
mouth.
it, Benny Kaplan. You're married.
Hey,
So-
I was
Barbara.
saving his life. It's not my fault
So,
my
I
tongue
think-
fell out of my mouth.
I think in the general universe of the story, it just takes a few chest compressions. In the Gooniverse, where we ship everybody, yeah, there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
you hear some sax in the background, and but either way, in both stories, Buddy takes a deep gasping breath. And there's
Whew.
And
Oh,
Buddy,
for the love of Pete!
Buddy wraps an arm around Benny's neck, and he's like,
Don't fucking scare me like that again, buddy.
"You watch that tongue of yours."
Oh, I love it. Okay.
And then I'll help Buddy out.
All right.
He goes,
So
maybe I should lay off the whiskey.
So you all are just, you're back together. Excuse me. Taking this just deep, ragged, uneasy breaths. And as your breath slows, the sound of it in your own body starts to be overtaken by the sound of the picks tink, tink, tink against the walls. But then they slow to a stop. You look at the men who are digging in this mine, and they start to look at the tools in their hands. One or two of them might look at each other with just confusion and fear on their faces, their eyes still, one or the other, bloodshot and dilated. They look around and try to take in where they are. And then every single one of them, in unison, faints. They collapse on the ground where they are.
Does Gray faint?
Gray does not. Gray watches this happen and then takes a sharp inhale and grasps his head, falls to his knees, and screams.
I'm gonna roll a psychology check.
Okay.
Hey, Hugsley, what's happening with your boy over there?
I'm gonna find out. I got a 33 under 50.
Okay. So even to a trained psychologist such as yourself, you see this happen, and of course it immediately grabs your attention as he's screaming on the ground. You run up to him and try to get a look in his eyes. He's just like scrunched in on himself, clutching at his forehead. But I think you perhaps manage to like lift his head up. And with just this intense pain on his face, he opens his eyes and looks at you. Both eyes are blood red, with pupils so wide you can barely see the irises. And he just stares at you with this pain on his face and just strained breathing as he's looking at you and just clutching at his head.
Hugsley like looks him in the eyes and he gives him his space and he goes, "You're okay. You're still breathing. Stay with it. Stay conscious. Don't run from it. Stay where you are."
He lets out another scream directly into your face, Hugsley.
"I ain't going nowhere, Gray. Just keep breathing."
So he tries. He tries to keep breathing. It's ragged, staggered. His eyes just growing yet more red as he's clawing at his head. And then one hand shoots out and claws at your lapel, Hugsley. He like starts just pulling at your shirt.
You can tell your own things, boy. And Hugsley tries to like buffet it with a joke, but he's like actually like really concerned.
Okay. He doesn't he doesn't hear you, and neither does anybody else over just this intense screaming. And after a moment of just continued just struggling against his own self, his own physiology, he's going to try to lunge at you, Hugsley.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Let's
right.
call this an opposed fight brawl.
Oh boy.
Okay. Let's dance.
Oh my god.
Whew. I
What'd you
failed.
get?
70.
So did I. So he like tries to like lunge at you.
And a rainbow
But-
separates us.
Now kiss.
So you manage to sort of step out of the way. His momentum carries him forward, and he takes a few stumbling steps away from you, and his eyes fall on one of the unconscious bodies, and he just starts attacking it. This
I go to
man-
grapple.
Okay, you're gonna try to grapple him.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Opposed, fight brawl.
Oh boy.
Huxley's gonna be sore tomorrow. I succeed. 20.
You
Oh
succeed.
fuck. Wait, I'll spend some luck. It's a 26. I'll spend.
Holy shit.
He succeeds.
Okay.
By how
No, he
much?
fails. He fails.
Okay, I'll spend 1 luck to get to 25.
Nice.
Okay. So in succeeding where he fails, you manage to you run up behind him and you tackle him. You move him away from this body and just manage to like get him face down on the ground, restrained.
And
You're
I-
holding
and I
him
yell,
back, but he's
"Can I
just,
get
like,
some
fighting
help?"
you.
Yes. I'll run over and I'm yelling at Gray and I'm saying, "What do you need? What do you need?"
And he doesn't even hear you. He's just fighting fearfully, scratching at the ground, trying to grab a hold of anything he can.
And Buddy
Can
walks over.
someone get something? Can someone hand me something to tie his hands?
Yeah, Buddy walks over and he grabs Gray Boyd's legs and he goes, "Go ahead, get the arms, keep them on the ground."
Mm-hmm. The whole
So
time,
he's holding the legs down
fighting.
while Sweetie's maybe got like one of the arms, and I'm like, "Hugsley, grab his arms, keep him from hurting himself."
I check on my person to make sure that, like, in that bout of madness, I didn't keep any of the chunks of the glass. I'm, like, making sure that I didn't, like, pocket any of them or anything.
Okay, yeah, you don't find any. I think because your bout of that madness ended, I think, right before you all started running
Mhm.
out of the thing. So I think you would have
Uh-huh.
either just not known what it was or just dropped it or something. So you don't have anything on you.
What
And
the
I'll go pick
fuck?
get some rope or something to tie his hands.
Yeah, I don't
I don't think
I
have
have
anything.
anything on me or anything, but I'll look around, and if there's nothing around, I'll just jump on top and help hold him down.
Yeah. Benny, go ahead and roll against your luck for me.
Woo! That is a 1.
All right.
Oh,
A
you're so
1 under
lucky.
75.
You find some rope.
All right, so I go over to the rope bucket and I pull out some rope and I bring some
How
rope
convenient.
over.
How
And I
convenient
tie
that
him
there's
up
a
real
barrel of Acme rope here in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I get my rope. Yes. So yes, you are able to do so. I would have perhaps I thought about maybe making you roll strength, but you got a 1 on that luck, so let's just carry that over. You are able to restrain his hands, and you find that even after he's restrained, he's just like struggling and like writhing and screaming and like retching. He vomits on the floor. He looks like a demon.
Okay,
Huxley, have you
Huxley's
ever seen
gonna-
anything like this?
There's multiple things that can cause something like this. It could be environmental. It could be psychological. It could. And Huxley's going to rack his brain to try to think of any like temporary solutions for this. Can I roll a medicine?
Sure.
I got a 60 with a 60.
60 at 60. Okay, great.
Mhm.
You get the sense that that there's not really much that you can do. Maybe he just needs to let this run its course. It seems like maybe eventually something's gonna give, but you just
Can I
cannot
posit
get through to
something,
him.
Kay?
Sure.
Can I posit something?
Posit away.
Can I do any DIY techniques for relieving pressure in a skull? And I don't mean any like surgery, but whether it's like putting someone in a position to like reduce blood flow or or whatever that might be, or like elevating the neck, or
Yes. So you're trying to like heal the pain, maybe is what you're kind of going for.
I'm trying to provide some relief because it looks like there's like pressure in his head.
Okay. You can certainly try. That would probably be first aid, I think. Medicine would also work. One of those two.
I'd like to
I'm gonna
hang
do
him by his feet
medicine
so that
again.
blood flow decreases to the head.
I'm doing medicine again. I'm gonna spend 4 luck to get to 60 again.
Okay. So you do everything you know how to do, Dick, Hugsley. You try to like elevate his head, you try to like hold it back, apply some pressure to pressure points, and where you can manage to around his writhing, you do not note that it makes any difference.
All right,
Can
and
we-
I go.
Can we try and get him out?
I'll walk over, and I'll look down at him, writhing, and I'll say, shell shock. I know what to do. And I kneel down, and I kind of like just start. I just sort of put my hand against his forehead, maybe just rub his hair a little bit, and he's kind of just staring off into the distance. You're a little lost, soldier. I can bring you home. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. I'm traveling through this world of woe. But there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my father and all my loved ones who've gone on. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. We're going home.
Thank you for that, Dicky. Probably won't remember I said that, but thank you.
The whole time you're singing to him, Dicky, he's still just crying out in this like anguish. And in fact, when the song ends, he like grasps at you with his mouth and tries to bite you.
I let him.
I try and pull Dicky away.
Okay. Dicky, would you fight Sweetie's attempts to pull you away? Would you like try to stay in place and let him bite you, or would you if she were to
No.
Okay, so you like if she were to try to grab you and move your whatever it is he's trying to bite out of the way, she could do it. Sweetie, give me a roll against your dex.
Dex. I rolled a 13 under 55.
13 under 55. Okay, yeah, so you managed to like get his whatever appendage it is that he's grasping for out of the way, and he like clamps down and misses you, Dicky.
Okay, can we lower the screaming? Just because.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A little haunting. I think actually I can just turn it off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep pulling Dicky away and try and get Dicky up on his feet, and I'm gonna turn back at everybody else, and is there a way out of here where we are? Or are we trapped in here by anything?
You're not trapped. This is where you came to. So you know there to be two exits. Two exits. One at into Professor Hart's house and one into the woods. In somewhere in like a forested area.
I'm gonna start taking Dicky up to where the woods are. I'm gonna start walking him up, and I'm gonna turn back at everybody and be like, "This place is worse than wherever we're going. So if we can get him out of here, let's get him out."
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
And I just want to check and make sure, like, with everything that's changed, with everybody fainting, and with what's happening with Gray, has anything changed with Dicky?
With Dicky, no.
Okay.
Dicky, like you can tell that there's just something's off with him. He's just like not quite all there. He's not bout of madness. He's not like fully gone, but just there's more going on behind the eyes than what would be just from his surroundings.
Just the one
Hugsley,
eye.
Just the one eye.
Hugsley clears his throat and he's like trying to think while Boyd's screaming and he just goes and he sees you looking concerned for Dicky and he goes it seems like Dicky's out of danger for now. He's obviously not in his right mind, but with some time I might be able to help him once we get back. So I think you're right, sweetie. Let's get these folks out of here. Hopefully he looks over at Boyd. Hopefully his situation will change, but I can definitely do something about Dicky if you give me some time.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just loop Dicky's arm over my shoulders and just kind of walk him out. And I don't know why, but as we're going, I say, Dicky, did I ever tell you the story of when I lived in Verona, Italy, and I fell in love with a boy from a rival family?
No.
Let me tell you about it. There is fight scenes. There is beautiful speeches. And I start walking him up the tunnel and I say, okay, so in fair Verona where we lay our scene, and I just start telling him the story of Romeo and Juliet as if it's something that happened in my real life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
I
bite my thumb,
sir.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb, sir. Okay, awesome. I love that. Okay.
Nerds.
All right.
Shut up. You're absolutely right. Okay, so yes, you all begin to make your way up this tunnel, taking Gray with you to the best of your ability.
So that Hugsley doesn't have to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, perhaps even like putting something in his mouth so he can't bite. There's just not like he's all out of things to attack.
Buddy taking up the rear is gonna turn one last time and look down the mine shaft.
Hugsley goes, no, there's plenty of stories about looking back. Let's just keep walking forward, buddy. Let's just keep walking forward.
He looks at Hugsley and he doesn't break eye contact and he just goes in the direction of the mine shaft.
Mm-hmm.
And then just walks.
And then while we're walking, like Hugsley hears Sweetie talking about Romeo and Juliet, and as Benny's helping with Gray, Hugsley goes to Benny and Buddy. Hugsley goes to Bunny. We got some Romeo and Juliet going. Y'all ever hear of anyone named Ovid? Had a little story about Orpheus and Eurydice coming from the underworld, finding your way toward the light. So let's keep walking forward, folks. And then he starts telling them about Orpheus.
And as he's saying it, Buddy's like, look, Hugsley, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm really not Catholic. Okay.
Hugsley goes, but are you Greek?
And he just goes,
huh?
It's all Greek to me.
It's all Greek to me.
All right, so
wait, and then Kazi says, and then Dan writes Hadestown.
Whether or not you grab that gold, we're all trying to make you a bunch of millionaires. So you
Oh,
all
I've got it.
this like disjointed party of yours. You make your way up through this tunnel, and it takes a little while. You're tired. It's not easy walking up with and you know, Gray is just dead weight at this point. But you do eventually emerge into this forested area. Night has fallen. But as you look around, after a little while, perhaps of just choosing a direction and hoping for the best, buddy, you start to recognize the forest you're in. You're not far from the lumber mill. In fact, you're probably only a few, like maybe just like a mile past the edge of where they have started cutting down all these trees. I'm not sure if I mentioned already, but by now, like, night has fallen. It's getting dark, but buddy, you're pretty sure you know the way. And indeed, after some time, it's not easy, but you continue trudging through this forest. You eventually come upon
branches hit me in the face. Like, yeah, of course, I know where we're going. All right, just trust me.
Exactly. You do eventually come to a man-made clearing. You have reached the edge of where these woods are. You see the lumber mill. It's closed. No one there anymore. All the cars gone from the parking lot. But you know where you are now. You're just on the outskirts of Mayfield. Where would you all like to go?
Oh.
Buddy is going to walk up
what?
to Benny.
What?
Buddy's going to walk up to Benny. He's going to reach into his pocket. He's going to pull out a key. He's going to hand it to Benny, and he's going to go, there's a box in Delaware at a Fulton Bank. The number is 5034. You take this key. You take your wife and your kids, and you get the fuck out of this state.
This ain't over yet, buddy. I'm seeing this through. You got a family you're in to look after, too. We do this together.
Benny, don't make the same mistake I made, all right?
Listen, you got a little girl who needs whatever you got in that lockbox just as much as my family does. We'll see this through, and we're all gonna see our families. Come on, the light's right there. We're almost to the end of this tunnel. Let's see where this goes. Let's finish this.
We got to go check on everybody back at your house, buddy.
I'm really concerned about all the other gifted. If they're in any condition like Gray, there's some real people in this town in real trouble.
All right.
Well, and what if they're nuts? What if they lost their minds?
They are, and they have. That's exactly what it is.
We need to get them isolated.
How are you going to defend yourself? They come swinging at you.
We have already done it. We just came out of hell. We need to go back to your house. We need to check on everybody that we had locked up there. We got to let them out. And then there's people around town we know are going to be having problems.
So,
buddy, you seem to know a little something about I don't know if you call it the law or whatever, but do you know if there's any people in Mayfield among the cops who we can trust, rely on to help us keep an eye out on these folks?
Yeah, not a damn one.
Not a single one.
Now, your best bet is getting them out and getting them out of town.
We need to find a phone. Let's go.
There's one here in the lumber mill.
All right, let's go to the lumber mill.
All right, I want to make a call.
Okay.
And while we're
go ahead.
Okay. While we're doing this, I'm just gonna keep assessing. I'm gonna be spending my time while we're traveling, keeping an eye on Gray and keeping an eye on Dicky and assessing their situation.
Sure. Okay. Give me a psychology for Gray and a psychoanalysis for Dicky.
Okay.
Or yeah. I was worried I got them flipped for a moment.
You did it just perfect, Kay.
Oh shucks.
My psychology's a 13, so that's not the, what is it? Step above critical or step above the best?
Extreme success?
It's not like the best thing, it's the step above that.
Hard success.
Yeah, so I got a hard success for psychology on Gray.
Okay.
Oh wow. And I got a hard success on psychoanalysis, like a 19 and a 16.
Okay. Hard success there.
So
All
after everything that's been happening, Hugsley's mind is like razor sharp and set on these objectives, and he's thinking like clean as a whistle.
Okay. For Dicky, Hugsley, you get the impression that were you just to bring him somewhere safe, and he were to get like a good night's rest in the morning, he'll be fine. Mechanically speaking, when you look at Gray, he is effectively permanently insane. He has no more sanity points. And I think for someone, even with someone of your level of expertise, in the time that you are and the study, the study in psychology that you have, he's gone.
Jesus.
So Hugsley goes, yeah. So Dicky, he has a strong mind. He's seen some real horrors, and even now in the state he's in, he's still kind. So I think if we just give him a place to ride this out, let him rest, I think he'll be back.
We can do that.
Does anybody want to watch a movie?
I would love to watch a movie.
I know where we can find one.
I gotta go back and check on those people.
Let's make a pit stop, Dicky. We're going to make a pit stop because I need the 1927 equivalent of Raisinets.
Oh, good idea.
I want to say that's just Raisinets. I could be wrong.
It might be Raisinets.
It might just be Raisinets.
I want to make a quick phone call just because if I can, if it's like popping into like a little office or something, just because I'm freaked out about something. Buddy, can you get me into the office here real quick?
Sure
Let's
can.
let's skip ahead a bit. So, Buddy, you are able to get her in. Sweetie,
I'm gonna call Lucille Lowry.
Okay.
Because she, if I remember correctly, she's the first person who told me about all this going on, and her husband was the first person that I saw behaving like, and I'm worried that he's in the state Gray is.
Okay. So you dial out. And calling the house of Raymond and Lucille Lowry, you hear no answer. No one picks up.
Just hang it back up.
You all right there, sweetie?
We just gotta do one thing at a time. Let's go back to your house. There's people there that are probably okay. Let's send them on their way.
Alrighty.
All right. So heading to Buddy's house.
I'll drive.
Okay.
Is there an insane asylum in town?
We can say there's one not far. Maybe not within like the city limits of Mayfield, but I think you would know where the nearest one is, and it's attainable. It's reachable. Yeah. Okay, so you all get over to Buddy's house, and coming into town, it's very, very quiet. It's getting pretty late at this point, approaching midnight. But it is still, in spite of that, even though it would normally be quiet, it is eerily quiet. So you get to Buddy's house and open the door to the room where you had kept all of those people.
Yeah. Buddy draws his gun as he goes to open the door.
Each and every one of them lies on the floor, unconscious. If you were to check, they are breathing. Yeah, they are breathing. They have a pulse, but they are all unconscious.
Well, they're all alive, but they're all unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything we can do for him here?
Where is what are you doing with Gray at this point?
I'm keeping him restrained and just making sure he doesn't harm anyone for now.
Okay.
Is he just still screaming?
Yeah, he is still just trying to. The way I picture it, like maybe you try to just out of just so he wouldn't bite his tongue, you put something in his mouth so he can't. So I think it's muffled screams.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still screaming. So as it's approaching, it's getting very late. It was a long walk back from the mine to the lumber mill to town. It's coming up on midnight. And as you're looking over these unconscious people, these unconscious bodies in the room, clock strikes 12. Gray stops screaming. And at the same time, each person lying in that room opens their eyes.
Put it down, buddy. God damn it.
Are you kidding me, sweetie? Did you see all their eyes open up at the same time?
Buddy Wilson.
I will not.
Put that fucking gun down. I'm gonna
See
walk.
what happens.
I'm
Easy.
gonna walk into the room.
Sweetie, be careful.
I'm walking into the room, and I'm gonna put a hand on Gladys's shoulder.
Okay. Her eyes are open. She is aware enough of her surroundings that she looks at you. And her eyes are normal.
At ease, soldier. It's Easter. The Krauts are coming over. They're going to share some of their cabbage.
That's right, buddy. And I'm going to say to Gladys, you get on home now. You hear?
So she looks at you, and she doesn't look crazed or her eyes have returned to normal. She doesn't have that same fury that you've seen in her. She just looks confused and upset. And she looks at you and just says, "Where am I?"
You're at my friend Buddy Wilson's house.
He holsters his gun and kind of steps forward.
Gladys, explaining anything else right now is not going to make the situation any better. And I think you ought to take Arnold and y'all ought to get on home. All right? And I'm just real sorry about all this.
Arnold doesn't love me anymore, does he?
He just needs a little time, Gladys. He's been going through some stuff, and he just needs a little time. and it's going to be okay. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now listen, my friend Hugsley is just gonna lead you to the door. We're gonna figure out how to get you home. We can give you a ride.
All right. You can do so. You can do so for everybody who was in that room, which, if I'm remembering correctly, Gladys McDermott, Arnold McDermott, Adair Woods, Annabelle Hearn, and Stanley McGarvey. All 5 of them just are so confused and just like exhausted, but they all like they look just like you remember them from days or weeks ago.
As we let the McDermotts into their house, I just as I watch Gladys walk into the house, I just put a hand on Arnold's shoulder for just a second. And I just say, "You've been a friend to me. And I'm going to miss you."
Miss me? Where are you going, sweetie?
I'm going to be all right. And I just close the door behind me.
Okay. How about the rest of you guys?
Buddy's going to pull Benny aside for a moment. And he's going to take his hand and he's going to put the key in his hand. He's going to close it. He's going to push it against his chest, against Benny's chest, and he's going to go, "Now you listen to me. You take your family and you go start something new."
Buddy,
I'm not asking, Benny.
And Benny will pull out the little gold nuggie that he took from the mine. He'll be like, I got my family covered. And then he's gonna put your hands back to your chest, be like, "You take care of yours." And then he's just gonna give Buddy a big old bear hug.
That is exactly right.
And you feel Buddy just kind of like limp. And he like does that thing where the arm goes up and like. And I actually want to roll a sleight of hand to put the key in his pocket.
Would you leave this man alone? Like, consent. Consent.
Sure. I won't
Thank
say
you.
no. Go ahead. Benny, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you want to roll a spot hidden or a
Yeah.
spot hidden or a psychology to see
I
if
do
you
want to
can-
roll a spot hidden. Fuck. Well, I rolled a 75 over 65.
Okay. How'd you do, buddy?
I rolled a 15 under 50.
Son of a
Benny, there's a
bitch.
key in your pocket and you know nothing about it.
So then after this key gets slipped in my pocket and I don't realize it, I'm going to pull out that letter that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm begging. I think this belongs to you. I think you can deliver it yourself.
Just sleight of hand that back into his pocket too.
They're both just sitting there going,
Yeah, right.
Sliding things into each other's pockets.
Wait, they're mixing some records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Buddy takes the note and he looks at it and he tears it up and he goes, "Yeah, I think you're right." And he kind of just throws it on the ground and he goes, "Besides," and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out 5 of those fucking nuggets.
God damn
And
it.
he's like, I'm gonna take care of mine. Don't you worry. And he puts them back in. And he goes, listen, if you're ever in Delaware, think about what I told you.
I appreciate it, buddy. If you ever, I don't know where I'm going to end up, but if you ever find yourself in Philadelphia, tell them you're the friend of the Kosher King. They'll take care of you.
Yeah.
And he kind of, but he does that thing where he does like the soft, like the Italian, like on his face. And he just goes, you take care now, buddy. And he turns around, and he starts to walk away, and then he stops and he goes, oh. Cacaw.
Sassafras! And I just punch the nearest wall.
The nearest bystander right in the face.
Friends, I am ready to move this story into the epilogue phase.
Mhm.
I have some things in mind, but before I say them, does anyone have any ideas for what you want your characters to do in the future? Because I will adjust. A few things before we do that. Dicky, after a good night's sleep, your bout of your indefinite insanity ends.
So it was definite.
Yes.
It turns out.
It was perhaps more indeterminate. We knew indefinite insanity can end. It's unclear when.
Okay. Before we move on to can I do one more thing for this evening? Does anybody want to watch a movie?
I do.
Absolutely.
I do have like one more logistical thing to take care of if you boys will just help me out with it real quick.
Mhm.
Can we please go back to Hart's mansion and pick up Howard's body?
Mhm.
And I just imagine like y'all all picking him up and me watching y'all carry him out of the house. And then I just want to take him back to our house and just set him up in his chair and call the police and have one of y'all say, there's been an accident, and then hang up the phone.
Okay.
And I'll just, while y'all clear outside, while we've got a second alone in the house together, I just say, kind of around me, with my bag on my shoulder with a couple of clothes in it, and I just say, I really wanted to say this to you when it could make a difference, but it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And then I walk out our front door.
All right.
Hey, sweetie. Wherever you're going. Cab fare and whatnot.
I haven't got that far yet. I really want to see what movie Dicky's got in mind.
You're gonna love it. Way Down East. It's my favorite film. Lillian Gish is stupendous.
So, investigators. I imagine
Before we go, wait, before we leave and we're off to see the movie, while we're following Dicky, Hugsley's just gonna come up alongside Sweetie and just put a hand on her shoulder and give her a look.
I'll just like give your back a rub and then just link my arm in your arm.
We both lost our boys, Sweetie. But life goes on, won't it?
I sure hope so.
You ever seen Way Down East? It's amazing. When Lillian Gish
Okay.
gets rescued
I
from
heard-
the frozen river. Oh,
I heard great things about it, Dicky. Let's go.
it's amazing. That's why I joined the army. I just always wanted to help somebody, like save somebody from a frozen river.
You did good, Dicky. You did way more than save somebody from a frozen river.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great news.
So we black out. The screen comes up, or it comes back up on the inside of Raymond and Lucille Lowry's house, where we see Lucille sitting curled up with her back against the mantel, breathing heavily and clutching a copper pipe flute. And a few feet in front of her lies the deceased body of her husband, Raymond, mid-stride as he was lunging to attack her. She breathes heavily and shakes. The screen blacks out again and opens on the inside of the Mayfield Theater, where we see Old Man Pearson sitting at his desk, slumped over some papers with a crazed look on his face. Camera sort of pans over him as we see he's not breathing. Blacks out again. Comes up on Buddy Wilson, sneakily entering the basement of Professor Hart's house, gun drawn, and finds that nobody's in there. He walks in, sees a minecart, pulls it up alongside him, and loads in a few kilogram boxes of gold and rolls them out of the house. Blacks out again. We come up on the street outside Mayfield as we watch a Rolls-Royce Phantom coming into town. That car stops, kicking up dust, in front of Jensen's farm. Salvatore Totaro steps out with his long white coat slung over his shoulders, flanked by his two bodyguards. Looks around and finds nobody's there. Blacks out again. We come up now on Salvatore again, in the house, having set up a bedroom as a makeshift office. Outside the window, we can see a bunch of strong-looking men setting up stills. Oh, sorry, the house is burned down. A makeshift office inside the barn. Outside the door, you can
That
see
was so
a bunch...
smooth. Oh, I'm sorry. The house is burned
house
down.
is burned down.
Remember, we burned that fucker to the ground.
Outside the door. Oh, so wait, let me retcon the last scene. He steps out of his car, and we just see the camera behind his back as he looks over the burnt wreckage of the farmhouse. In the next scene, he's sitting in a makeshift office in the barn. We look out the door and see a bunch of strong-looking men setting up stills. Huge steel containers. When Benny Kaplan walks in. Salvatore and Benny share a look. Not a word passes between them. But with a heavy thump, Benny drops a box of gold on his desk and walks out. Blackout again. And it comes up on Benny pulling in to a row home in Pittsburgh, getting out of his car, entering, and giving his wife and kids a huge hug.
Thank God.
Little Maxie gives him a big old punch on the thigh. We transition again, and now we see Dicky. He's speaking silently. We don't hear it, but we see him speaking to a circle of men. Some of them with plastic half faces, not unlike his own. And he is sort of, it appears that he's just counseling them, just talking to them, giving them an outlet for their heavy, heavy trauma. We see him gently take his mask off as he's looking at them. Screen blacks out again. And comes up on Sweetie. Sweetie, who is standing at the front of a room, a dark wooden room with an opulent mahogany table in the middle, surrounded by a bunch of seated men in very expensive looking business jackets. As she reaches into her bag and produces a bottle of hyacinth perfume. It transitions again, and we see her in her house cooing over a little baby girl who has Arnold's eyes. Camera transitions one more time, and we see Hugsley sitting in an office in Mayfield University, grading some papers. A distressed-looking student comes in, a young man, and something about him just reminds him of one of the versions of Gray that lived in his head. The student tries to frantically speak to him, making some sort of plea about a late paper or a poor performance on a test. And Hugsley takes a moment to respond. He's somewhere else. But he looks at the young man, gives his thigh a quick pinch, and then looks back up and invites him to sit down. And finally, we open back up on just a sweeping view of the town of Mayfield, the house of Professor Hart, and then a dark, slow-moving camera into a subterranean tunnel. Blackout. End of adventure.
Woo!
Thank you, Kay.
Thank you,
Thank you
Kay.
all. Thank you to my players, and thank you to all of you in the gaggle watching tonight, or watching on YouTube, or listening on our patron-only RSS feed. We are going to hang out with you for one more week. We're going to hold this night over for one more Wednesday. We're going to come here and answer questions, chat with the gaggle. There are lots of things about this story that didn't really get to see the light. So if you have any questions about them, there are some things that I'd love to chat about. If any of you guys, the goons around me, have questions for me, feel free to ask them. If you are a member of our Patreon and you have access to the Discord, we are going to set up a channel where you can ask us questions. If you are not a member of our Patreon, no worries. You can tweet at us, send us a tweet, and send it at us, and use the hashtag #AfterTheMadness. We'll tweet about that. And finally, if barring both of those, if you're live with us next week, we will do our best to answer questions that are asked in the chat as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this final episode of Madness and Mercy is going to go up on YouTube in 5 days. The audio is going to go up on our patron-only RSS feed around midnight tomorrow. If you don't have access to that and you would like access to that, go ahead and join our Patreon. Lowest tier is $5 a month, and you get access to a whole bunch of private goodies that we send out to the gaggle, as well as access to the Discord channel where you can just come hang out with us anytime. We really like streaming on Twitch, so we don't know what we're going to be doing moving forward, but know that is a conversation that we're having, and we definitely want to keep doing some, whether that's TTRPGs or video games or a mix of both. We're going to continue doing stuff with you, because we had I can't speak for all of you, but I think I speak for all of you when I say that we had so much fun doing this. What else? In the meantime, check out the STRAHDCAST. All the episodes are up on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We could certainly use a good rating if you have the time to give us one. It helps us helps us increase our outreach and find more listeners, which we certainly appreciate. Subscribe to our YouTube, hit the bell icon to get notifications when we put new videos up. And I think that's about it. Subscribe to us here on Twitch, because like I said, we're going to be back. Big thank you to Sweetie McLintock, a.k.a. Campbell, Dan as Hugsley Lacker, Tyler is Benny Kaplan. Ned is Buddy Wilson. And Trevor is Dicky Harrow. Dan, did you have a question for me?
I was just gonna say, Kay, you have just DM'd my first completed campaign.
Me too.
Oh.
Me
Ever
too. I've
in my
never seen
entire
the
life.
end of one.
Wow.
So
Thank
thank
All
you.
right.
Welcome,
Cool.
guys.
Well, Goons, anything else you want to say?
you,
Thanks,
Kay.
Kay.
This was such
Thanks,
a
Kay.
blast. Such a
This was
pleasure.
awesome.
Well
What a
done.
ending.
I promise I wasn't soliciting you to thank me, but thank you for thanking me. That was very nice. Anything else you want to say? Thank you, Kay.
Thank you,
And thank
everyone,
you,
for hanging
Gaggle.
out.
Thank you for joining us for over the course of this wondrous adventure. You know, part of the fun of this is interacting with you and knowing that you're out there watching and listening and supporting is kind of what drives us to these emotional heights, because we know that we have you beneath us, and you, Gaggle, are the wind beneath our wings. So thank you for joining us on this adventure.
Absolutely.
Caw!
All right, Gaggle. We love you. And we will see you all very soon. We'll see you next week. So get your questions in if you have them, and come hang out with us. Much love.
Good night,
Mwah.
everybody. Take
Good
your night with
night.
advantage.